Let it play, Eddie Money. That's what my dad says.
Mm-hmm.
Let it play.
Beats by Jay. Beats by Jay. This new lighting.
It's
Is it look good?
Nice.
Very nice.
Did we lose weight? Ozempic Eddie in the house. Ozempic Eddie in the house.
Never fails.
Never fails.
So 2 shots today extra.
Oh, did you really? Nice. Welcome, everybody, to episode 59. Ozempic Eddie is filling in for Pops, who's currently in traffic. He'll be here after our first break at about 6:45 or so. But episode 59.
Tough one for numbers.
Oh, it's a terrible, tough one. But I'll do the introductions. We got Jacob, known as, what's your nickname? What did your dad call you?
Hawks on the Coves? Or no,
Yeah,
Hawks on the
Plaza.
Plaza.
Yeah.
Hawks on the Plaza, my fault.
Then we got CJ.
First of all, that is Ozempic Eddie. But what's good, man?
That's Eddie. And then we got Eddie Money, our famous executive producer.
What's up?
Who can, how much you weightlifting now?
A good amount.
A good amount. A lot. Yeah. So a lot. So anyway, so Eddie always kicks off the show with our famous 59s. Famous number 59. This week, number 59 is a tough number.
It's a tough one in general. Do
you have
in
any?
all sports. I have one.
Who do you have?
Luke Kuechly.
Oh, that's a good one. Ooh, that was a good
Panthers
one.
legend.
Yeah, he is for sure. Do you have
He
another?
knows the wheel route.
Yes.
He does.
Yes,
He knows what's coming.
D'Amico Ryans.
That's
When
a
he
good
played,
one.
he was 59.
Wow. Well, I'll go the best 59, Jack Ham from the Steelers.
I'll wait for someone to say it.
Yeah, I didn't want to, but I had to.
It's okay. Luke would have yelled that.
Oh, Luke would have fucking yelled it from...
Did you know?
We would have heard him like,
Did you know Jack Ham has a ham blaze? Some bullshit. Another one, Donnie Edwards from the Chargers, by the way.
You would know that.
Of course, I know that.
That's
yes.
a J pool.
Oh, are you... Dude,
You
Donnie
pulled the
Edwards
J.
led the league in tackles,
You
bro.
pulled the J. I'm sorry, Robert. You pulled the J.
I will not go down as pulling a J.
But even in other sports, like MLB, I couldn't find a really good 59.
No, there isn't
MLB.
any. There's like some
Basketball,
trash
I
ones.
couldn't find any good ones. I'm sure there's one maybe out there, but
I don't
could
know
not
any.
find one.
But I don't know if anybody knows one, but I for sure don't. So, anyways,
TJ, you don't have one yet?
I don't got nothing.
CJ
Oh my
searching the web. He's like, I ain't got nothing, man.
Yeah, once we get to these high numbers, it's gonna be tough.
Yes, for sure.
It's gonna be really tough.
We have a special guest coming on tonight, right? Eddie
Yes,
Money?
We'll have Aces Picks joining us after our NFL segment to give a breakdown of 2 big games this week, and we'll talk about our picks in that game.
Reaching out to the community.
I don't have a
Yeah.
beer.
You don't,
Oh,
really?
That's fucking
You want me to get you one?
tragic.
You need a beer?
Yeah,
Can you get
please.
one?
Get him an alcoholic beverage, please.
Yeah, I can do this sober. Are you kidding
I
me?
can't believe we started the show.
What
No
kind
one
of
has.
punishment- What kind of punishment is this?
Eddie would be
got a
upset.
Gatorade.
Yeah, you have a Gatorade. This
He has
guy's
a
drank
Gatorade.
4 Gatorades.
There you go, Rob.
I have nothing.
You have at least a.
There's not one alcohol. No, I'm good. There's not one alcoholic beverage on this table. Your dad would be fucking.
He'd be
But doesn't even have
furious.
his water.
I don't even have water.
What do you want?
Anything.
Anything at this
with
point.
alcohol. He's
Whatever
gonna bring
you
a
can
fucking.
find me.
He's gonna bring an O'Doul's.
He's gonna bring me a
He's
fucking
gonna
whole glass of tequila and be like, "Here, drink this."
At least something with alcohol.
We have Rick Flores in here, the dedicated fan.
Rick, he's the best.
The go.
Rickster in the house.
Thank you, Rick. Always watching for sure.
Eddie's also in the comments. He wanted to let everyone know that we are the gambling show
Show
of
of record. Don't be a loser, everybody. Gamble
it.
what you can afford. Don't
Because we're
be
all gonna lose
idiot.
bets.
We
but
all
just
do
gamble
it.
what you can afford.
Don't be me and chase when you're down.
Yeah, don't chase.
Don't chase. Chasing's no good.
Just walk away. You have the strength.
You can do it.
I believe in you. Thank you, sir.
So
Oh, this
we
is
can
absurd.
kick off right away with
Like,
I guess
dice.
we can kick off right away with you're fired. I guess
I
right.
can.
Yes.
Right, Eddie Money?
Yeah.
Eddie's not here, but he's gonna scold us during the break when he gets here.
you guys
You guys went.
You guys
Fucked it all
Out of
up.
order.
So you're fired
you.
is brought to you by Julio's Pizza, which we have not had in a couple weeks.
Yeah.
But still,
miss it.
like Eddie says, the best thin crust pizza
He said in.
in the world. He said.
Yeah.
That's insane.
That's insane.
Eddie said in the world.
Although I will say they probably have the best thin crust al pastor pizza in the
Oh,
world.
the best. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. So we got water, we got alcohol, we got a cigar going.
We're ready to go.
We're ready to go.
The show is now started. Now it's
7 minutes after it started,
It's
officially started. So we're gonna go into your fire. Do you have somebody you want to fire?
I do. But it's kind of a J move. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's kind of a J move.
It's not sports oriented.
It's not sports oriented.
It's all right. You have a sports one?
I have a sports
Do you
one.
have a sports one?
I have a sports.
Okay, so we're good then.
Okay,
So, all right.
fair.
Yeah, as long as we have a couple sports ones.
I don't know if you've seen the new Squid Games
Oh
show.
my! I know exactly who you're gonna fire. I cannot stand that piece of crap.
Whoa.
I'm sorry.
Guys, listen.
Go ahead, Jacob.
Anyways.
We're the gambling show record.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Can you
But
bet on this or no?
I wish I would have
gonna win this?
You've been looking for lines?
But Rafa, you have to watch this. You have to watch it. It's
addicting.
It's addicting, and it's like the juice. It's quality juice in that show.
Really?
Oh yeah.
So who you firing?
So there's this girl in the last episode. She got rid of my two favorite players.
Yes.
An old man
Yes.
who was innocent. Everyone loved him too. And she kicked him off the show. I was just
Who's this chick?
I'm sorry. Can I get into the weeds a little bit?
Do you know the player's
Yes.
name?
So this is gonna get a little dicey.
It's gonna get
a little dicey.
Cuss line here.
But
He is.
It's necessary to explain. So this chick is a black chick, and she started off the segment with.
Tell people you sound white, but just so you guys
I'm
know,
black.
He's black.
CJ's
I'm
black.
black. So
he's blacker than a motherfucker.
he's
black.
saying it out
Yeah.
us.
I'm
And we're
pure-
clipping all of this.
pure
as well.
chocolate.
Pure chocolate, 100%.
So she's black, and the first thing she says is, "Oh, these group of white males, they're forming a group. We're not here for this. I'm married to a strong black woman." So she talks about males grouping up, and then she talks about being powerful, being a powerful woman. Then she gets a Jack in the Box that pops out, and her thing is she can eliminate 3 players. She eliminates the same white dude she just talked about, who were like the
Really?
fan favorites. They did nothing to nobody.
Yeah,
they stayed out
they
the
were
way.
nice.
It was a 69-year-old man who was the oldest guy there, whose birthday was the episode before.
Are you calling racism?
Oh, I'm calling super racism.
He's a beekeeper, Rafa.
So you guys are calling racism on the Squid Game?
She's a racist.
I'm just saying it just hurt me to my core. And I just want her to know that I'm not happy about it.
Now let me ask you: Can these guys ever come back in the game or
No,
no?
once you're
They're
out,
done.
you're
That's
out.
it, it's
They're
over.
done. It's
They're done.
over. And like they play games to see who is out, but then they have like little tests where you can eliminate someone just because. And she did that, and I was just like, I hate you, woman. Just
Woman.
ruined my whole show.
His number was 232.
232.
Oh
Who's the
my
goat?
God.
Yeah, it was.
Have
rough.
you ever watched this?
No.
You have to watch.
I thought I was the only one who hadn't
have
watched it.
to
but
watch it?
obviously, thank God you haven't watched it either. That shit sailed right over.
You have to watch it, Eddie. It's fucking.
All right, so
amazing.
we gotta watch it and watch out for 232, who's already been eliminated,
Yes,
right?
he's gone.
Yes, so
Episode
All right.
4.
So that seems like an interesting firing. I like it. What do you got?
I'm going to fire the delusional ass UCLA fans in the comments, all of you. Every single one of you who commented.
There's one.
Hey, Logan was in those comments too.
Was he really?
You too, Lo?
Was he really?
Yeah, he
What'd he
commented,
say?
He commented a mad face.
He was mad.
Oh,
Yeah, he was angry. I don't care.
did you text you?
Yeah, he texted me.
He said, "Did you tell him you're the one who created the post?"
And that his program is not elite.
Oh, okay.
Oh my
yeah, I like it.
goodness.
Love
I
you,
like
Lo,
it.
but
There's
your
no-
program is not elite, brother.
Yeah.
It's all good. So I'm gonna fire you guys because UCLA is 7-6, has not beaten a ranked team, lost to Wazoo, who has 9 losses, by the way, whose best win is over USC, who
They
also
lost to
doesn't-
Arizona State. With
Arizona
9 losses.
State.
Yeah.
whose best win is over USC, who also does not have a ranked win, by the way. You lost to Cal, Berkeley.
Yeah.
You're 7-6. You shouldn't. I mean, you guys are just not an elite program. You guys haven't been elite since Neuheisel and Donahue coached there. So I'm gonna fire all the delusional ass UCLA fans. Rafa, I know how you feel when I talk about the Pac-12.
Oh man, but I like it. I like it. Eddie Money.
All right, I'm firing the NFL as a business organization.
What happened?
happened?
Talk to me.
You guys remember, like, I think it was like maybe the first week or two of NFL.
Aaron Rodgers.
No. When Tyreek Hill, he did.
Oh, I seen this.
He did.
I seen
He
this.
did a celebration where he grabbed a photographer's phone who was working with NFL.
Okay.
You know how they get the cameras on the sideline.
Right.
So he grabbed their phone, did a backflip with it, right? So apparently after that photographer / videographer got fired and he got suspended for the rest of the game and potentially indefinitely for the rest of his career from working with the NFL.
It wasn't his fault.
And it wasn't his fault.
He didn't plan
He
it.
didn't grab it. He didn't plan it or anything. He's
Right.
just there at the sideline. Tyreek Hill took it and did a backflip with it. But I guess the main thing is that he got excited after because he got a cool shot. So he was jumping around a little bit.
Right.
And the NFL took away him videographing the rest of the season for that.
Wow.
Which is, I think, is
It's
absolutely
Let me ask you something.
stupid. And
The clip? What happened with the clip?
it got posted everywhere.
His clip from his phone.
Yeah.
That he got fired.
Oh, he
with.
should
Yes.
sue the
You
NFL
should sue them.
because they're using his clip, from his phone. 100%.
Yeah, he went on like ESPN, SportsCenter, literally everywhere. It was like so viral. It was insane. And this, mind you, this kid is like 20, 21, so like my age, working with the NFL,
trying to make it in.
which is crazy.
Yeah, that's brutal.
It's just stupid in my opinion. And
Brutal.
then how are you gonna like slash on someone who's making the game more interesting in a different way than like regular? You know?
Brutal.
Yeah, I agree with that. Good firing, Eddie Money. Rafa, I'm ready for yours. Let's hear it.
Mine's a little weak, but I'm gonna fire. I want to fire ESPN.com for
.com.
yes, the whole fucking website.
Not this year.
The whole website. They posted an article talking about women's soccer players, some of the World Cup players, that a third of the roster makes less than $30,000 a year. And they put this out like, oh, we need to feel sorry for them or whatever.
Yeah.
How the fuck does ESPN not understand that women's sports don't produce money?
Well, here's the thing, Rafa. They do understand that, but they know that trigger is gonna.
It triggers
It
people.
triggers
Rafa, you know people have an agenda. You know
Of
they do.
course. But come on.
I agree.
It's
I mean,
enough's enough already. You're losing viewers on your
Yeah.
channel. You're losing subscribers from, all these companies or whatever.
And it's not like offensive to say that. It's the truth. It's the truth.
It's a fact.
It's a fact of just that's just
So they
what it
write
is.
this article so now everyone can feel bad for a third of the team. Well, if a third of the team is only making $30,000 or less for the entire year, how about Megan Rapinoe, who makes $5 million plus? Why does she not give some of that money
Yeah.
to her teammates?
I don't think she feels bad for them.
She don't feel bad.
She don't feel bad.
Feel bad for them.
And she sucks too.
And she does suck. And she does suck.
Actually, she
But
doesn't.
and she
Technically,
she
Actually,
doesn't.
she does not
Technically
suck.
she doesn't. But that's who I'm firing, man. I'm tired of seeing it. It's pretty fucking annoying.
it's a good fire.
It's annoying, man.
Then
But
we
anyways,
we also got some firings in the comments. So we got Rick Flores. He said, actually Zach went first. He said, I want to fire Auburn. SC defense is trash.
Can you believe that play?
oh, bro,
It was amazing.
Can you believe that play?
I couldn't. I literally stood up and just was like,
dude. I couldn't believe it.
I went to go eat Thanksgiving because I was like, that's over.
It's over.
I
Yeah,
checked back. I was like, what?
yeah. I couldn't believe it.
What? It's fourth and like 32. It's like it's fourth
It
and
was
goal.
fourth and goal from the 32.
32-yard line.
Yeah.
How do you let that happen?
And it was a good throw.
And
Let's
it's
not
a
discredit.
great throw.
Let's
But
not discredit.
As a defensive back, you cannot allow that. You
Dude,
just
and
can't.
Auburn at home against Alabama, the last 3 times they played at Auburn, they've been like down to the wire.
Down to the wire.
2 years ago, it went 4 overtimes.
Yeah, that was a great
And
game.
they
I
came
remember
back.
that.
Bryce Young came back, won that game.
That was a great game.
Couple years ago, it's been insane.
The kick six.
Yeah, it's nuts. It's
That-
nuts. But
that
that
throw was
played
a
it.
dime.
Oh, that was a dime.
Milroe is making some huge progress.
He has
From the first game to now, he's looked so much
He didn't
better.
look that great this week.
No, but-
obviously, except for that play. But we'll see. This week is a big test for them.
Ooh, yeah, partial firing on him. He said after he won, did you see that clip? He's like,
Give
give
me
me
that.
that Heisman.
I said,
He
"Son."
said that?
He said that. Oh no! All over
He was
Twitter.
like,
Sit
let's
down.
go. Let's go. Give it a Heisman.
Maybe
That's-
next
Give it
year.
to me
That's a
now.
good fire.
Maybe next year.
That's a good
but not
fire.
this year.
Your buddy from LSU.
Yeah,
should
yeah,
be
yeah.
getting
This
the
year is
Heisman.
locked in already.
And then Rick Flores never ceases to disappoint with firing. He
Colorado
has,
again?
No. He said, I would like to fire NAL. That's going to cause all these players who think they are better to bounce around now and play wherever they think they are going to play, and they are not happy when they are not happy.
I saw that post.
I like it. That's great, and he's got a point.
That's
Because
a
they get
firing.
up and fucking leave.
He says everyone deserves a trophy now.
Who was the coach for Rutgers?
He's absolutely right.
What do you say? He came out and said that like
Shiano?
I think it was Rutgers coach who came out and said I think a quarterback right now is costing $1 to $2
Oh,
million.
that was Mark Rule from Nebraska.
No,
Yeah.
that's who it was.
Yeah.
Records is just always on Jacob's mind.
Always. He sees
Best
red.
team in the country.
He sees scarlet and gray or white, and he doesn't
Never-
even think Ohio State.
Go big
He's
red.
instant
Go
fucking
big red.
Rutgers.
Go big red.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, but can you imagine paying an average quarterback $2 million?
Crazy.
Insane.
Dude, it's insane. But those guys that these people are paying to, those guys are probably never going to make that in the NFL.
Yeah, they're
some
not.
of these guys.
I was saying college
Would you
forever
say
if I
give
could.
credit to them for at least trying to capitalize on their talent now?
Oh, 100%.
Well, yeah,
100%.
It's not their fault. It's just the system of it. It is what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think there's got to be like some sort of rules that like,
You think a cap
at
is
least
coming?
Cap it, right?
You can't cap it.
You can't.
Maybe
because-
not cap it, but there's got to be something to regulate it, right?
I don't know how you do
How
it.
could you do that?
I don't know, but
Because the deal comes from the school partnership with somebody else, right?
It's private, yeah.
Yeah, so it's like private. So the deal, if the school has a partnership with,
Yeah.
Whatever, all the
can't- you
kids
can't-
from Utah got a bunch of Dodge Rams. Bro, that was millions of dollars in Dodge Rams. Okay?
Yeah.
So, well, they're not called Dodges anymore, it's Rams, but whatever. Anyways, so I don't want to hear somebody like, oh, shit, he didn't even know cars. It's not called Dodge
Ralph,
Ram
let me-
anymore.
custom cars.
You don't know ball. You don't know cars.
So let me give you a hypothetical that Joe Clapp brought up. So he said,
that guy.
I know you do. But I thought this was interesting. He said, take NIL away, but when the coach gets fired, say Jimbo Fisher, he has a $75 million payout. When he gets fired, a portion of that $75 million payout gets dispersed to all his players who played under him. And then you take NIL away. So if the coach gets fired and leaves out all his players that he recruited, they get a big portion of that buyout instead of them,
What?
getting NIL. I liked it.
That's the stupidest
I
fucking
liked
thing
it.
I've ever heard.
I liked it.
That's too much. That's too
You
much.
sucked
I like
on
it.
the field, so I get fired, and then you're going to take my money?
Jimbo
Fuck
Fisher was
no.
bad.
I don't care.
Jimbo Fisher was really
I don't give a
bad.
shit.
But he was bad, right?
That's fine. Bro,
So-
he was still six. Listen, he's been to a bowl game every time. He's always in the top 25. Dude, yes, always in the top 25.
Texas A&M?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Preseason all the time.
Preseason doesn't matter.
I don't care. 5 games through the season, they're in the top 25.
At the end of the season, they're never in the top
I
25.
think they are right now. I'm pretty sure they are.
No, they're not. No.
They're not-
They're at very close, though.
They're probably like 30.
Yeah, that's fine, but still. Yeah, so you want, if a coach gets fired, you want him. That's insane.
Fired coaches should not be making millions of dollars to sit on the couch.
The fuck they shouldn't.
No, the fuck they should.
Of course they should.
No, they should not.
Of course they should. You made a mistake to hire me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it. Because
The
Jimbo
best-
at the beginning when he was first hired, he wasn't terrible.
He wasn't terrible, but
He's been terrible the last
Tex-
4 years.
So let me ask you this: do you think Texas A&M is a top 15 program in the country? Like a program, as a program, not a team right now, as a program.
I think so.
You think so?
Yeah.
So don't you think that Jimbo Fisher should have been winning 10, 11 games when
he should have been winning when he was the number 1 recruiting class of the year.
Yes.
Every year. He should have been winning.
Yes, but
Guess
he
what?
didn't.
Guess what? Because he has to play Alabama every year. Because he got to play LSU.
he has a better
every year.
recruiting class? He should be
It
winning.
doesn't matter.
It
Bro.
absolutely matters that he has a better recruiting
Bro.
class. Not the better, the
Nick
best
Saban
recruiting
could
class.
take UCLA and make them a fucking 11-win team. Okay? Sorry. Facts.
With Dante?
It doesn't matter with who.
Doesn't matter with who,
does-
but he would turn that shit around.
Of course.
With Dante?
Bro, you got to look at where you're at as well. You got to look at where you're at. Jimbo, what if Jimbo gets up and he goes and coaches some random nobody, and all of us, not some random nobody, let's say a Big Ten school, and all of a sudden they're 9-3, 10-2. Then what? You want him to give up money?
No.
You're out of your mind.
Because he's winning 19 games
I'm
like he
never
should.
taking money from a coach to give to some kids
Yeah, that's
who
insane,
should have been
CJ,
better.
sorry.
Okay, then
Be
keep NIL.
better. Be better.
Okay, then keep NIL.
Michael
Of course
Brown-
you're going to keep NIL.
Well, yeah, we can't
Absolutely.
get rid of it.
No, you can't.
Michael Brown said that's a terrible idea, CJ.
Don't blame
disagree, Mike.
CJ. Well, actually, yes, we're going to blame CJ.
No, we're not going to blame TJ because I
Yes.
didn't say I agree with it. I said
No,
I thought
you
it was.
said you liked it.
I said I thought it was interesting.
No, interesting. My
Interestingly stupid.
nalga.
No, interesting.
Bro, you said you liked you for just the fact you presented that here.
I brought you a hypothetical.
That's a terrible hypothetical.
okay. So just say that.
The
then.
best job ever is to be a coach
Fired
and then
the
get
coach.
fired.
Yes.
Of course,
yeah.
a Raider
Stupid.
coach and get fired.
Yes.
That's the best job.
Yes.
Panthers coach, get fired.
Yeah, that's the best job. The best job right now in the world is to be a Raider coach or Frank Wright.
Oh, yeah.
Like you're
100%.
always just getting fired.
Yes.
And you're getting paid to sit
And
on
you're
the
getting
couch.
paid.
It's amazing.
Raider fucking gonna have like 3 coaches
Yeah,
on
being
the
paid.
payroll.
Yes.
Good for them. Good for them.
Zach asked, any live bets tonight?
Oh, right now I got
Jacob's got Phoenix and the Raptors on the
Under.
screen here. He's got the under.
What do you think about this, Rob? I think I'm gonna hit it.
What's the score? I can only see
78-82. It's about to
With
end the
160. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah, this
Talk to
what
me
do you
nice.
got? Under
Roll it over.
228?
Yeah.
Yeah, if you lost this,
That'd be a rough one.
that'll be a
There's
brutal.
there's a minute left.
Remember
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Remember that Michigan State or the college game that you're talking about?
Which
That-
one?
It was like you had like the under second half, and they just banged like 33.
Oh, dude, that was Syracuse, San Diego State in the tournament.
I need to hear
Bro,
that.
they needed like 47 points. It was ridiculous. It was like 47 points in the last 6 minutes. And all of a sudden, and they're down. They're getting crushed, right? Syracuse is up like 20-something. Dude, and San Diego State is trapping. It's like, what are you doing? Why are you trapping? You're down like 20-something with 6 minutes. The game is over. Like, most of the bench players are in. They're trapping, and all the trap led to was wide open threes for Syracuse. That's all it led to. And boom, all of a sudden, 52 points in the second half, in the last 6 minutes or whatever, and it was over. It was brutal to watch. I got up and left Vegas right then and there. Got up and left.
Oh,
That's the one there's a video of. There's a whole video of that whole thing.
He literally packed his stuff.
Pack my shit. Because I said, if I lose this bet, I'm leaving. Just the way it went down, like there's no way you should have even lost that.
That's the greatest story ever.
Bro, and then boom. Just walked right out, and everybody's like, "Sir, you need to put your mask on." Fuck the mask.
Come out of
Boom,
here.
right through there. Yeah, it was hard to watch.
After
It was,
probably got home, they were like, "Why are you back so early?"
oh, dude, it was bad to watch. It was bad to watch. Driving home 110 miles an hour the whole way.
Oh, that's so great.
But it was terrible. But anyways, so our blue chip recap for last week since we started the blue
I don't
chips.
think I made that number, but on the year we are 113, 92 and 7. On
That's
8 and
plus
8.
money.
Yeah.
So we're 21 games over 500,
That's great.
which means that if you just bet the blue chips, you would be up money. But yet I always hear, "Oh, the blue chips were bad today." Oh, I play blackjack like your blue chips. I never hit. I heard that, by the way,
I
on
know who that
Saturday.
is.
Yeah, 100%. Sean Brown. I'm saying it right here. Sean Brown is the worst blackjack player ever. Free money, no money, real money. You are horrible. You suck.
Clip that
Clip
shit,
that whole
everybody.
thing. Tag him in the shit. He said that. I play blackjack the way your blue chips. They don't hit. That's exactly what he said. He stayed with a 14. I don't want to explain blackjack, but anyways, it's a whole deal. But he's
good.
bad at it. So I'm calling him out right here.
I need that clipped.
Yeah, clip that
100%.
shit, send it to him, tag it, whatever.
The whole
I'll
nine.
tell him again.
I love it.
It was brutal to watch. But anyways, so as
Let's
that
talk about the Ohio State game or NFL players.
So, well, let's cover what we did on the weekend. That we shouldn't have done. How brutal was the Jags game? That total,
My goodness.
it was so bad. I've seen like videos of people like on Instagram, like guys, had over 47 and a half, and then the fucking kick.
Also, they spotted that game. They spotted that field goal wrong. Like,
Really?
2 yards.
2 yards short, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but they were brutal. But
That was
like
brutal.
the game right before halftime, they get the ball all the way down to the one,
I saw that.
and it's 13-7. So I'm like, oh, it's fucking 1 yard line. We get a touchdown. Cover first half over. We're rolling.
Yeah.
They ran a toss play, bro, from the one.
Insane play calling.
From the one. And then in the second half, we get a missed field goal from the Jags that would have put it to 48. And then we also get the game-tying field goal that was short by, a foot. It was brutal to watch.
They did the Texans dirty with some calls in that game.
Oh, they did. It was brutal.
That was
It was
bad.
brutal. But you can't let C.J. Stroud get out of hand a little bit. You got to keep his ass in check.
There's some bad
know.
games on NFL.
Dude, there's bad games every week. In the
Yeah.
NFL. The Bills.
This week, that was a bad game.
The Bills was a phenomenal game.
That was a great
Yeah,
game.
that was great.
Great game. They should have won that game.
You were
I
on
mean-
it. I mean,
they should have won that game, man.
they should have.
It was a great game to watch, though. But
Yeah.
all the Eagle fans are annoying.
Man, there was some people in the comments, like after the game ended, they went back and they go, "Told you the Eagles win." And I responded, they literally sent them to overtime. They were on upset alert.
Yeah, that's
That's
what it was.
exactly
That's
what we said.
exactly what we
Yeah.
said. Upset alert. We should have had it.
And they should have won that game. Let's be honest. The Bills should have won.
The Bills should have won that game, and that's the thing about the Eagles that Eddie and I have said all year. They haven't even played good, yet they only
They know how
have
to
one
win.
loss because they can what's the word I'm looking for?
Close.
They take advantage of your mistakes. You make a
Yeah.
mistake, they take advantage of it. So they're very opportunistic.
Yeah.
Look at that play at the end of the game where he misses Gabe Davis. He throws it inside. Davis goes to the outside.
Yeah.
That's a fucking touchdown.
Yeah.
Like, that's a touchdown, and then the Eagles get it back, and I just felt like Jalen was just going to drive the field and win
Yeah.
the game
And like I
anyways.
said, take Bills first half because the Eagles' first half, they don't play good in the first half. They come out slow.
They've started very slow.
They start slow in the first half, and then some reason in the fourth quarter they just know how to close it. It's
No,
wild.
that's a good team.
Yeah.
When the team doesn't play a complete game and they still win and they have one fucking loss,
Scary.
that's a good team.
Yeah. And they've been outplayed, like I could say, like last 2 games, and they've won the last 2 games, which is
Insane.
crazy.
There's a clip right after the Bills score, and Brandon Graham's like, "You put too much time. You put too much time on the clock. We're about to go down right now."
The other game, the Ohio State Michigan game.
What do you think about that game? What do you think?
Oh man, all I wanted was one first down. Corum gets that first down. Game ends. 3.5. We're winners.
Yeah,
it's like,
that was
oh
rough.
my god, and that kicker's not missing.
No.
That kicker is not.
From 25, I mean, that's a guarantee for him.
Oh, dude,
How bad was that missed field goal before half? That shit pissed me off.
That was brutal. That was brutal. But Ohio State didn't play well. Like Ohio State, I felt watching them like, oh, we can just get back in the game whenever we want.
Yeah.
Which they
That's
did.
what their attitude seemed like.
Yeah, that's what it seemed like. We can just get back in it whenever we want.
Especially some certain decisions that he was making, like fourth downs and like shit like that.
Yeah.
When they went for it, he's like, if we don't get this, we'll get it next drive.
Yeah, that's what it felt like.
No.
Like, you need it here.
Yeah.
It seemed like they're coaching. Well, both coaches were just playing to who can make the least mistakes as possible. And Michigan obviously made the less mistakes. That pick in the first quarter by...
That was brutal,
that was-
especially in a 0-0 game
Like,
where it's like both defenses are dominating. Like, dude, we're playing field position right now, and you're just
Yeah,
going to give
that
these guys
was
7 fucking points.
Brutal.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, he wasn't even open.
No.
You're throwing blindly, and that was just... It was... And you're throwing your own red zone, in your own end of the field. It was,
and tight down there. It's like,
Yeah.
run the ball, get out of there a little
yeah,
bit.
it was bad. I mean, it was basically who played quarterback the worst, and, I mean, that's what it came down to.
Yeah, Luke said here last week that he thought Ryan Day should get fired because he's lost to Michigan 3 in a row now. I don't
Next
think
year, if he loses, he's done.
I don't think he should get fired, but dude, you suck.
Yeah, you're.
He makes bad
just look
decisions.
bad.
Yeah, he makes bad decisions. His quarterback isn't very good, but still, when I have that receiver, I'm finding him the ball, bro.
He's a monster.
Yeah.
I thought I didn't know how good he was, but that game it showed you how good he was.
Yeah.
Even the announcer was like, it was like the last couple of drives. So like, you know, they really just need to get Marvin Harrison the ball here. Like,
Literally,
that's the best player on the
Well,
field.
that's
Just give
what
him
he
the ball.
tried to do, which is why he lost the game at the end.
At the end,
Yeah.
yeah.
So
I thought after halftime on that drive by Ohio State where they just completely dominated them in the run, I was like,
I thought that was a game changer.
I thought that was too.
oh, they're
I
gonna
was
win
like,
it. They're
yeah,
gonna win it right here.
Yeah,
that
I
was
thought the
complete
same.
domination.
yeah, I thought the same thing. And
Oh my
obviously
goodness.
they couldn't do it.
But even that run game for Michigan was just too much at the end of the day. Blake Corum was a monster.
Yes, for sure. The Ravens continue to dominate. Dude, I didn't even watch that entire game.
I didn't watch the game.
didn't watch the entire
actually.
I watched the game was I think 10-3, and I swear to you, I turned it off.
You're like, okay.
I swear, I thought I put it this way: I fell asleep like 6:40, got up at 12 something, checked my phone, was like, oh, yeah, nailed it. Because I felt like there's so much. I feel like the Chargers are just so
They're
bad.
dead in the water.
They're just dead in
They're
the water.
dead in
like,
the
bro,
water.
the Ravens are just.
At this point,
it's
it's
a race
just
for fourth place in the AFC West right now.
Oh yeah. To see which team is worse.
Yeah.
Georgia looked terrible. I got a text, by the way, from BTAP, which I told these guys on Saturday. I got a text. I'll tell you the text. This is exactly what he told me. He said, "Stay away from Georgia. Someone I know had dinner with Kirby last night. They're playing their national title. This is what he said. He said their national title's next week. That's what he said.
So they were just basically sleepwalking.
They were
in.
And basically, they were fucking sleepwalking against Georgia Tech.
We witnessed it firsthand.
Yeah, they literally were sleepwalking. I thought that game had a chance there. It was
They did.
31-13.
And I was like, okay, here we go.
Yeah,
and then
all
they
of a
just
sudden
couldn't-
it's
they
like
couldn't stop them.
Yeah, it was.
That defense was trying to get through the game. They weren't trying to play for anything.
I think they were just trying to get out of there. They're
Yeah,
like,
they're
you know
trying to get out
what,
of
we
the
got to
win.
play next week anyways.
Yeah.
So, and then Tennessee, we got backdoored on.
Dude,
Yeah.
I saw a score 45-10. I'm like, oh, we're good. But
Yeah.
check back. Fuck.
Dude, the same thing. I didn't even know. 45-10. All of a sudden, I get a text. Fucking Tennessee. What happened?
I was like,
They scored
what
like
do you mean we
14
covered?
points in the fourth quarter. I was like, how is that
was
possible?
Yeah, that was.
Speaking of fourth quarter, though, that LSU game, oh my gosh. That was
I
a
didn't watch
nice-
it. What-
Oh.
Inform
that
me.
was-
Oh,
it
dude,
was
that
beautiful.
fourth quarter?
It was beautiful.
That fourth quarter was just boom, 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 boom,
Yeah,
boom. It
it
was
was
like,
so
oh,
amazing.
baby.
What happened?
covered the over. Got to the total.
Never fails. LSU over.
LSU
Covered
over.
the total and covered.
And
backdoor.
covered. Backdoor covered. That's right.
Wow. That's how good teams win. Great teams cover.
Damn right they do. Damn right they do. Game we didn't talk too much about on Friday was the Cowboys covering the first half and
Bang, bang.
covering the game as well against the Redskins.
Blew them out of the water.
Yeah, dude, Cowboys cover against dirty teams, man.
They do. They cover first half too.
Yeah, they cover against
Because
bad teams.
there was a minute left in that
Yes.
first half, and I was like, "Oh man, fuck!" And
I didn't
then
think they were gonna get there. I'm
me-
like,
bro,
oh,
like 3 plays they got down the
they're
field.
down the field. It's like, oh, they still got like 30 seconds. I'm like, oh,
I
we're
was
scoring.
like, oh, it's fucking over.
Yeah.
That's how 2 minutes. Maybe.
I want to give a little bit of credit to Dak, man.
He plays great against.
I'm
terrible
gonna give a little
teams.
bit of credit to Dak, dude.
Let's hear it.
Dude, he's been playing well. I know it's been shit teams.
But he
They're still
backs it up
NFL
against shit
teams, bro.
Yeah,
They're still NFL teams at the end of the day, and he's looked good.
MVP.
Oh man, if there was like an MVP for like against bad teams, yeah.
If you put side by side stats, him and Mahomes pretty identical.
Yeah, but they don't go.
I know, but
They
also
look different.
Mahomes is arguably according to betting, he's the MVP favorite,
Really?
Right, which I think is absurd.
which is insane.
But
But if the stats are that close and Dak has been completely obliterating these teams, you'd think his odds would be a little bit better, right?
I think they're going by record, et cetera. Like for me,
Yeah.
there's no way that we can go stats, right? Because Stroud stats are better than most of these guys.
Yeah, I think this year in general is just not. There's not been one person that just stands out. Everyone's kind of in the same bubble right now.
Well, I mean, Tua stood out the first 3 or 4 weeks.
Yeah, but then he started playing real teams, and then
Yeah, that's another guy where it
Yeah.
struggles a little bit. And then but Jalen Hurts after this last week.
yeah, but even then, like he doesn't play well, and then he wins the game. I guess, but like I don't know. For me, it's hard.
I know the award is most valuable player to your team in reality, which right now we can say is CJ Stroud.
Yes.
Obviously, right? But that's not who's going to get the award.
That's
No.
not how the award goes.
That's
No.
not how the award's
It
going to
goes
go.
like best player, best team.
Yeah.
If let's say everything plays out the way it is right now, like Mahomes stays to these stats, right? This pace that he has. And he ends at the end of the season with whatever. How many touchdown passes does he have? Like 15,
He
17,
had like 7
20?
against the Raiders. It felt like.
Oh, well, that was a blue chip, right? By the way, that we were able to hit.
Oh yeah.
He has 21 touchdowns with 9 interceptions.
Oh yeah, and what's his record? Were they 8-2 or something?
2 losses, right? Lost to the Lions, lost to the Broncos.
Yeah, they have 2 losses. That's the thing too. But the Eagles have 1.
Yeah,
They're 8-3.
but
8-3. So yeah, if he throws 35 touchdown passes and 8 how many interceptions does he have right now?
9.
9.
Yeah, so I don't think his numbers are MVP worthy this year, but I just don't. There has to be so much more value for another MVP
Yeah.
out there.
So after last
I think
week,
Lamar is for me would be
For me, the front runner.
the odds have
don't-
changed since the last time we talked.
So what do
about
we
it.
got?
So you have Hurts at plus 150, Mahomes at plus 350, Dak at plus 600, Lamar at plus 600, Tua at plus 800, and Brock Purdy at plus
See,
1400.
I like Lamar and Dak right there at 600.
That's value.
That's
if
good
if
value.
if you take value right there, that's your value.
100%.
And you have to look at the Ravens. To me, I think the Ravens are the second best team in the league right now, behind the Eagles.
Yeah.
And the Eagles got a tough one this week against the Niners, and then they play Dallas in a couple weeks too. So we'll see how that plays out. But what Lamar's doing, what the Ravens are doing, they've lost. The thing about the Ravens is they're flipped. Right, like they can't beat the crap teams,
But they can beat the good teams.
the good rosters,
Yeah.
right? Because they've lost. They lost the Colts. They've lost some. I don't remember who else they lost to, but they've lost some weird.
Lost to the Browns.
Yeah, they lost to the Browns.
Fourth quarter.
Yeah,
That was
that's
a bad
right.
loss.
So I'd like Lamar and I like Dak as well because
Yeah.
Dak's got a tough stretch. If he plays good through that tough stretch,
Beats the Eagles.
if he beats the Eagles, he beats the Bills. That's
Yeah.
a road game in Buffalo. He beats the Eagles, he beats the Bills. Then you got to consider Dak sitting there at 10-3 or whatever their record will be at that point,
Yeah.
or 10-4 or whatever. You got to take him into consideration as well. So
Jay said he's liking your energy today.
shocker. I don't want to say anything, Jay. We'll keep it for the private text.
Also, Rick wants to say that going back to college rookies, he says he takes time off and then he throws me under the bus with my UCLA, but SC is in the same boat of them not being elite.
Oh, he's referring to Eddie.
He's referring to Eddie.
He's referring to Eddie. Rick, that's not fair because Eddie's not out here to defend himself, but I can't defend him either.
I missed that one.
No, so Rick said that Eddie went out there basically and said that UCLA wasn't elite, and he's saying that USC isn't elite either, which I want to agree with.
You agree?
I agree 100%.
That's
Right now, that's valid. For the last 10 years, they have not been.
It's been valid for a while.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. Thank you, Rick. That's a great take, by the way.
Rick always-
We got to share that with Eddie.
Oh yeah.
We have to definitely 100% share that
Come
with Eddie.
on, man.
That was it. Oh, Zepic Eddie with a reply.
That's what he's gonna say. Come on, man.
That was a shot at Eddie. I like it. I like it. So we're going to get into our NFL segment here in a couple minutes. We're waiting for Eddie. Eddie just got here. He's getting ready and pretty to come out. Any other blue chips you want to note that we should have won that we didn't? How about Arizona, by the way? Let's talk about Arizona.
Ooh.
Oh, man.
Best team in college football
Dude,
right
that
now.
shit wasn't even close.
No,
Bro, like it was, what was it, 7-0 ASU right out the gate or
Yeah,
something? And
right
then
out
all
the
of a
gate.
sudden it was like, see you later.
Yeah, it was bad.
Arizona right now is
Best team in Pac-12, in my opinion.
best team in the Pac-12?
100%.
Ooh.
Wow.
I think. Okay,
Explain yourself.
I'm gonna get crushed. If Oregon
Clip all of this, please.
If Oregon and Arizona played today, it would be a closer game than people would think.
I agree with you.
There was a close game between Arizona and Washington, right? Or did they play Arizona State and beat them by 7, I think?
No,
They played
Arizona State and Washington. No, Washington went to Arizona earlier in the year, I think.
Yeah.
So it wasn't the same Arizona
Wasn't the
team.
same
It
thing.
was 31. Even still, it was 31-24 Washington at
That's
Arizona.
a
What
close
week
game.
was that? Who quarterbacked that game?
I think Fafita.
If Arizona played Washington today, I think they
close.
beat Washington.
I think they beat. I
Wow.
agree.
I think they beat Washington.
I think they're tougher, 100%. The offense they've been lights out.
Oh, dude. Arizona is going up. They're a perfect Big 12 team right now.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect Big 12 team. They're scoring a shit ton of points.
Them and Utah are going to run that conference, I feel
Relax.
What?
Relax.
And Cam Rising coming back?
Oh, my God.
Come on, man.
This fucking Utah love, this big Pac-12 love.
We know what it is, Rafa. We know what it is.
Yeah.
Cameron Rising is on his 12th season.
Like 32nd season. The motherfucker's like 30, man.
It's on his 11th grade shirt.
He's got 10 degrees.
Come on now.
Let's talk about that a little bit real quick. Next year, some of these teams. What is your favorite conference? The Pac-12?
Or the
What
Big
are they
Ten.
doing?
I think my favorate conference now is going to be the Big Ten.
God, no shit.
Yeah, because it's the Pac-12.
No shit. Duh.
You know what I'm talking about?
No shit. Are you? How are those teams going to do next year against those?
Ooh, damn. You talking about, I think, depends on how Washington and Oregon resupply at quarterback. I think Oregon probably has more of the personnel to compete in the Big Ten, but USC, UCLA, and Washington
Are going to struggle.
they're going to
The
be
first
middle of the
2
big
years gonna be
middle
bad.
of the Big Ten, bottom of the Big Ten type of teams.
Like Wisconsin type of shit?
Like
I think they're around that
they're
area.
around that area. They could play with Wisconsin.
They're gonna get killed by Michigan.
Killed by
Ohio
Michigan, killed by
State,
Penn State, killed by all of them.
Oh, Zach! Here comes Zach. Watch. I guarantee he's gonna come up.
I
How
even-
dare you say that?
Rafa,
Big
I
Ten
even
sucks.
think UCLA and USC might struggle with Iowa.
Okay, that's a
In
little,
Iowa.
That's a little
That's
far.
different.
In
In
Iowa.
Iowa, of
In
course.
Iowa.
That defense.
Did you
What?
watch Iowa?
Did you watch?
You're a
USC?
hater.
Did you watch USC
Rafa.
play against any good defense?
That's a good point.
You're a hater, man. The Iowa, dude, I'm pumped for Iowa, Michigan. Because Michigan's going to beat them 36-0 and hit the over.
136 nothing. That was gonna be 35 and a half, and then win 36-0.
Oh, man.
Rick asked if Arizona will have the money to have a football team next year.
Football, they will always have. Women's soccer, maybe not so much.
Yes, because the Pac-12 only gave Arizona a certain endowment that was lower than USC and UCLA. Going to the Big 12, they have bigger sponsorship money.
Dude, Arizona, they need to cut programs. Guess what you're cutting? The water polo team, the women's sports.
Sorry, Luke.
Yeah, sorry, Luke. The women's soccer, gone. The, what else? The backgammon team, see you later. Gone, right? Like, backgammon quit. Another thing, men's fucking lacrosse, gone. You're not very good. So anyways, but that's where we're at with the Big Ten. And the SEC is going to get the two best teams from the Big 12, Texas and Oklahoma.
They're gonna get boat raced.
Well, the good thing, see what the SEC is doing is next year there'll be no divisions.
There'll be no divisions.
So because those two teams technically would have gone in the
Big
West.
10 too, I think, is getting rid of divisions.
Oh, good. They need it. They need it.
Badly.
So maybe we can get, we got to see how the scheduling goes because imagine you're going to get Alabama, Georgia, like week 7.
I've took a glance at a couple of school schedules already, like even like Big Ten. It's pretty good. It's like, damn.
It's gonna be some.
Next year, maybe college football, there'll be some teams with maybe 2 or 3 losses getting in those top 4s.
Well,
It's 12 spots.
12 teams.
It's 12 spots.
12.
So there will be next year. There will be teams with 3 losses.
That's gonna be fun.
That's gonna be so fun to talk
for
about.
that. That's gonna be
this
so
year.
fun to watch.
This year there's like 7 teams that should be in the
Oh,
playoffs.
yeah. Easy.
I don't know
So-
about 7.
Are you
Easy.
kidding?
Easy.
I'd name you 7 real quick.
Right now.
Texas, Alabama, Georgia, Ohio State, Michigan.
Texas, no. They
Whoa,
Oh,
come
my
on,
God.
man.
They play like shit.
Dude,
They play like shit. You watch the game, they're terrible.
they beat Alabama.
Only Bama should be in out of that back.
How
five.
can you put Bama in and not put Texas in? Texas beat Alabama.
I understand
We're
that.
not going to
We-
go through
oh,
this
we-
again.
we
We're
are.
not
understand
doing
the-
this
we
shit.
we
are.
Because
understand the
after
logistics.
Texas beat Bama, they lost to Oklahoma, who's lost 2 games since then. That's why.
That's why.
The head-to-head has to matter. If you're going to
Okay, dude, you're out of your fucking
No,
mind.
I'm not. The head-to-head has to matter. They beat Bama on the field.
Oklahoma beat Texas on the field.
Okay, and Oklahoma's not in the Big 12 championship game.
It doesn't matter.
It
They
does
beat
matter.
them.
They didn't
beat them
make it to the
head-to-head.
conference
They
championship.
beat them head-to-head.
They beat no,
Head-to-head,
but they're
that's
not in
matter.
the Big 12 championship.
Dude,
Come
you
on
guys
now.
are out of your fucking mind.
That's why. This is why I came for the 12 team because of this guy alone.
Actually.
Actually.
So, anyways, we are going to take a short 2-minute break. Eddie's here. We're going to get Eddie in his seat. Ozempic Eddie's going to pop out. And we'll be back in 2 minutes. right, guys. So we are back. Eddie's back in the house. He got home from work. He's in his seat. He's ready to roll.
I had a couple pieces of pizza and I just exploded.
Already.
Yes. Ozempic is.
Ozempic Eddie's gone.
Thanks, Hawks, for filling in, man. You guys crushed it. I was listening to you guys on the way home, and shit, man. I don't know. I don't want to fuck up this show. Maybe I
Take a sip of the Coors, and he was good.
Oh,
Yeah,
so
there
you
you go.
missed, by the way, a couple of comments from Rick Flores. So repeat them what Rick said.
Okay.
Well, Rick's got a couple things we're going to address, but I want you to address one first because it was a shot at you, brother.
Yeah, he said he was taking a shot at you because you threw UCLA under the bus, but he said USC is right there with UCLA and them being not elite.
So listen, okay. these clips that Eddie Money and CJ make, okay, you have to understand. They're taken out of context. We're having a full-blown conversation. Now, the reason I said that UCLA is never going to win 10, 11 games, the reason that whole conversation came up in the first place is because they were thinking about firing Chip Kelly.
Right.
And they were calling their shot. And they had, sort of foreshadowed that they were going to do it. My rant was, why the hell would you do that? That UCLA is this, and they're never going to be anything else. Logan's pissed off. Rick Flores is pissed off. 1,000%. Okay, USC is garbage. Garbage. But the difference between USC and UCLA is that not right now, and maybe not with this coach, Lincoln Riley, but USC always has the opportunity to be elite. They're not right now. One, because their stadium is the Los Angeles Coliseum, which is, 500 yards from campus, which UCLA does not have.
Right.
And then two, it's SC. Those letters recruit themselves. They're in a hotbed talent, pool. And they have the history. They have the national championships. They have the freaking Heisman Trophy winners. They have murderers, O.J. Simpson. Okay?
Alleged.
No, I agree with you. And it's for me, this is the way I look at it. USC cannot compete with UCLA when it comes to basketball. UCLA technically cannot compete when it comes to football with SC, as far as getting talent in, etc. Like, what USC basketball player in the last 15 years can you say compares to Kevin Love, Russell Westbrook, any of those guys?
Yeah.
Not one.
Not a
Evan
one.
Mobley? Come on.
Come on,
DeMar
man.
DeRozan.
Stop it.
DeMar.
Stop it.
Yes.
Damar, I say it.
The more I
the
don't
less I
like
like it.
O.J.
The less I
Mayo.
like it.
O.J. Mayo.
Oh,
Baby
my God.
Jordan.
Baby Jordan, self-proclaimed.
So-
that was nice, by the way.
He was very good.
But here's the issue, and I've said this for a long time. UCLA needs to put a 30,000 seat stadium on campus because we are in the day and age of the millennial generation where everything is about hype and social media. You cannot bring a 5-star recruit to UCLA. I mean, their best attendance had to be Colorado.
Colorado game, yeah.
And those dudes freaking ripped off all the Colorado chains and watches. Okay?
I told Logan, get me a chain.
And that's the issue. These kids want to play in an environment. Now, you send a kid to any game in Tuscaloosa, any game in Georgia, South Carolina, it's going to be full. The environment's going to be hype. You're going to get your blood rushing, and that doesn't happen in the Rose Bowl.
Let's not forget about all the UCLA players who ran to the transfer portal today. They had over 20.
Yes.
I saw that.
And like I said,
Well, most will transfer to Big 12 schools. I promise you that.
yeah, they're not going Big Ten. Because, listen, I love UCLA. I think Chip Kelly was a great hire. I don't think you give up on him. Who are you going to get to replace Chip Kelly? Come on, man.
Nobody.
Yeah.
What's Rick's other statement?
Oh, he said the game of the year during the season next year would be Ohio State versus Oregon.
Which I think will be phenomenal.
And he said, Zach says Taj Gibson, LOL.
Taj Gibson.
That's a good pull, Zach.
Good
Taj
pull.
Gibson in the NBA I think he's
forever.
still there. I think he's
Forever.
still there.
No, he's not.
Zach also said stop overrating the Big Ten. It's Michigan.
See,
Ohio
I told
State
you.
only.
I told you didn't say that.
It's Michigan, Ohio State only? And next year it'll still be Michigan and Ohio State. Just so, I mean,
next 10
And
years.
Oregon and Washington.
well, Penn State's a top 12 program every year. They just can't beat the other two.
Yeah, Penn State.
If you put Penn State in the Pac-12, they might have not lost a fucking game.
Okay, I don't know about that.
I don't know about that one either.
Rafa, come on. Be
No,
serious.
I'm with.
Do they play?
They might lose.
I am with Rafa on this one.
Dude,
I am
I'm
too.
sorry. Their style of you guys don't like them because they don't throw the fucking ball everywhere. That's the thing. They're not because when you play in those temperatures, those are the games you play where it's fucking 10 degrees and 20 degrees.
Yeah.
You're not throwing the ball everywhere. You're making sure that your 310-pound lineman and your 220-pound running back can run their ass over everybody.
Yeah.
So Penn State will beat everybody in the Pac-12 with the exception of maybe Oregon. Maybe.
Agreed. They also know how to
Maybe.
cover.
And they cover.
And they cover,
Not,
baby.
not Arizona.
Well, not today. Not today. They don't.
Not today.
But anyways,
But now, since Eddie's here, we can start our NFL breakdown.
let's do it.
And for the first time, maybe ever, we talk about the Thursday night football.
Yeah, I think so. We got a Thursday night game.
Let's do it, man.
Tomorrow night. This line's moved astronomical numbers. Opened at 7.5. It's now at 9.5. Seattle at Dallas. Totals 47. Dallas has been rolling, by the way.
It's now at 9 and totals at 47.5.
So 9, 47.5.
Before you give your prediction, Rafa, now think about this. Revenge game next week. You know, is this a trap game?
I think you're right.
Yes.
I think you're right.
Because if you're Dallas, how are you not looking 1 week ahead to maybe the NFC Championship or the
is
league?
that next week already?
Yeah,
That's the Eagle game next
Eagles,
week?
Dallas next week.
That's right. And the
baby.
Eagles, schedule makers, by the way, and everybody,
My God.
with all your
The
conspiracy.
gauntlet.
And I think Seattle plays San Francisco next week.
Yeah,
also.
Seattle's irrelevant, bro. Relax.
They're not
Fucking
thinking.
relax.
They're not
The
thinking
Niners
about-
aren't thinking about the Seahawks, okay? The for all the conspiracy theories out there that they want the Kelseys in the Super Bowl and blah, 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 they didn't help the Eagles very much with scheduling.
Yeah.
Bills, Niners, Cowboys.
Chiefs
3 weeks in a
before
row.
that.
And the Chiefs before that. Well, the Chiefs game was right after a bye, but still. So they still had Chiefs. Think about it. You have Chiefs, the Bills, the Cowboys, and who else? And the Niners.
Yeah.
So 4 of arguably the 7 best teams in the league
Yeah.
before the season started, right? Where you looked at it. All those 4 teams they're facing in a row.
People just want to believe conspiracy theories, man. For that clip to go viral of that girl saying there's been colors, it happened the last 2 fucking years. Okay, how many Super Bowls have they been? I mean, guys, come on, get over yourselves with the scripted
Yeah.
bullshit.
Yeah, with the scripted crap is brutal. But
It is.
So the Eagles. So anyway, so the thing is, the Cowboys play on Thursday night, and they're gonna have 10 days
Yeah.
for that
man.
for 10 days to think about that.
If
game.
you don't think they're saving plays specifically to play the Eagles, I'm telling you, for a game like that, coaches are thinking ahead. And it's very, very hard, man.
so
This
you
is
like
the-
Seattle?
Also, the Cowboys have played too well the last 3 weeks.
Yeah.
What do you
Dak-
mean too well?
Like,
It's time for Dak to throw fucking 3 interceptions.
You weren't here for me giving Dak his praise.
yeah, he's giving Dak his praise.
I was giving Dak his praise
But-
while you were getting
Every
ready.
team-
Is that what the D stands for?
That's Dak. This is D's for Jay. Giggity. Giggity. Look at Jacob's eyes. Gay. Anyways.
Let's get back to
Dude,
it.
no, dude, Dak's played well, man.
He has.
He's played well against bad teams, yes. He's facing Seattle this week, who's 6-5. What's Seattle's defense look like?
Trash.
Because it hasn't looked very good. It didn't look good last week against Purdy.
Tariq Woolen
rolled.
got benched for
Wow.
not being
Wow.
able to tackle.
Glad we got rid of his card.
Yeah.
So
But they might sign Barrett or
Shaquille Barrett.
Shaquille Barrett. He's been in Dallas and he's also been somewhere else. He said he's going to make a decision this Saturday. Dallas could use him for sure.
Show.
Since Van Der Esch has been out for the season.
Shaq Leonard.
Bang,
Shaq
bang.
Leonard, Shaq
under
Leonard.
Shaq Leonard, yes.
gang.
Yes.
bang, bang. Jacob wins his live bet of Phoenix and Toronto under 228.
Congratulations,
Right.
Takatomi.
How we
Very
doing?
nice. Very nice. So, I don't know. I don't have a pick in this game. Although
what we don't have either is our
cowbell.
Our cowbell.
We don't have our cowbell.
More cowbell, Shanae. More cowbell.
We don't have our cowbell out here.
Yes.
We will be in Vegas for this game. Will you be making it in time to watch this game tomorrow night?
That I don't know. I'm feeling kind of under the weather right now.
Oh shit! But
This is a cough syrup right here.
so I'm excited to watch this game. Actually, I actually like the over, which is bad because these standalone games don't ever
Hit
get
the
to the
over.
total.
Yeah, it's true. Thursday night has been noted for the unders.
Yes. So, but the line moving up and trending in that way is actually so. Just keep an eye out for this game. I'd say to just watch it and maybe pop in something at halftime.
And then think about this: if anyone knows Pete Carroll and if anyone knows Dan Quinn, it's those two vatos. They know each other very well. Coaching styles, they know what they like to do. So,
I think just Dallas's offense has been rolling, man. I feel like watching them. Like the last couple weeks, I know it's against bad teams, but I feel like they always just like they think they can score whenever. Like that last drive before halftime that we were talking about against the Redskins. I know, yes, it's the Redskins and blah blah, dude. But it was like 3 plays. We're down at the 7 already.
Literally, that's
like
what
literally,
it's
like
like.
it was a minute left, and it's like, oh, we're flying down the field. So
yeah.
and they have
They
a lot
have
of
weapons.
weapons.
Running
A lot of
backs,
weapons.
Receivers.
Eddie was talking
CeeDee
shit
Lamb.
about him the other day that they only had CeeDee Lamb
I like their tight end.
and Brandon Cooks and the
Brandon
other
Cooks been heating
kid,
up.
Turbin.
Is having
Robert Turbin.
Yeah, he's flying all over the field.
Well,
I like Dallas in this game. Don't know if they cover the 9 though, but
it just seems like a lot of points.
Dallas has been just, dude. When they this is the thing though. When they play under 500 teams, Seattle 6-5. Under 500 teams, average margin of victory over 25 points.
Also, I feel like they've been playing
Crazy.
like
Insane.
out of their minds.
NFL,
they're
by the
due
way.
to come down to like not reality, but to a game where they don't play as insane as they usually do.
They have an insane roster, bro.
I don't know about insane.
They have an insane roster.
It's
I don't
not
know about
insane.
insane.
I don't think.
Are
insane.
you guys nuts? That
Okay,
offense?
com-
The Eagles have an
compared to
insane
who?
roster.
He always thinks the Cowboy roster is elite.
I don't always think it. I think they have a top 3 offensive roster in the league.
I don't think so.
Who's better?
Offensive,
Eagles,
That's it. And the Chargers.
Niners.
No.
offensively,
Whoa. What?
No.
yeah, they're the best running back in the league.
That's
And
it. But
And receivers.
They have a-
overall, the entire offense, you're
I
going to
would
tell
go
me that
Niners, Eagles.
you
over
think
them.
the Niners roster offensively is better than the Cowboy
I
roster
think they
offensively?
Yes.
proved it
Yes.
head to
Yes.
head when they blew them out 42 to
you should.
10.
Yes,
That was early.
Oh my god!
So Brock Purdy's better than Dak?
We're gonna forget
No,
about
it's
that.
not. I don't think that. I just think the roster on offense is better than Dallas.
It is.
Man.
It is.
I think CeeDee Lamb's better than any receiver
I
the
would take.
Niners
I would
have.
take.
Yes.
I'll take the Ravens offense over Dallas.
You know
Oh,
what?
stop it.
It's that D's for fucking Dallas. Now we know what the D is for. Now we know what the D is for.
Guys, the D's for Jay, fellas. I already told you. I forgot he wasn't coming today, so I had to represent him.
So no giggity.
They'll pick on that game, but Rafa likes the Cowboys to win, not necessarily to cover.
Yeah, I like
Eddie,
the Cowboys to win. Maybe a little Cowboy over teaser, Cowboy under teaser.
Well, let's go on to the next one. The dead in the water Chargers
Oh, my God.
at the bottom of the lake fish fucking Patriots.
That's just a fucked up game. And the Chargers are -6.
Who gets fired first in
I
the game?
I cannot believe that teams are actually considering, especially the Chargers, considering hiring Bill Belichick.
These are just rumors.
Yeah, it's not even.
it's
Rex
just
Ryan, I don't know if you guys saw. Do you see Rex Ryan
I saw it. That was awesome, by
just
the way.
put? Oh, it was awesome.
He said you only win because of Brady anyways.
He said that the style of Bill Belichick is done. It's over. The Patriots way, which was ruled by Iron Fist. If you went in there, nothing got out. No one gave any material. No social media. That shit is dead and it's done. And Rex Ryan said, the only reason you guys won is because of Tom Brady. And he said, when he left, he said they would never make the playoffs again.
Well, they did. So he was wrong.
Yeah.
Because they did the very fucking next year. So
But-
it's just they haven't improved from there. But they made the playoffs. That was up
Yeah,
for sure.
they
So, I
did.
mean, Rex Ryan can go eat a weenie. So, just so you know. I do agree with him, though, that the Patriots are just terrible.
Would you hire Bill Belichick?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah. Depends on what team I am.
He's like a scrub or something.
What team am I?
The Chargers.
100%. Because you need some sort of fucking structure.
You need a revamp there.
You need a structure. You don't have a structure. You have a bunch of dudes just fucking running around, it looks like. That shit looks like a daycare where there's not a fucking attendant. Where the kids are just running around. One kid's fucking climbing up the wall. The other kid's got fucking a tooth coming out. The other one's pissing in a corner.
You gotta clip this, dude.
Bro, it's like, dude, the Chargers are, dude, it looks like it's just a shit show.
It does
Sounds
look
like our
bad.
Thanksgiving. I just say, to me, Bill Belichick and Los Angeles go together like spaghetti and guacamole. Like,
Dude, the Chargers aren't even from LA.
Yeah, facts.
but they're here.
They're here, but they're not.
Okay,
Dude, they don't even have
he can
fucking...
live in the IE.
I feel
He'll
like
fit in
I
great.
feel
He'll
like
fit in great in
I feel
San
like
Bernardino.
Yeah,
Bill Belichick
100%.
would live on Figueroa in an old fucking abandoned fucking RV and come out like shirtless. I'm going to practice, everybody.
I think the Chargers need something. They need an experienced head coach. They cannot take any of these dudes off the street anymore. You have a superstar caliber quarterback. You have a superstar, you have superstar in the making players or really close to elite players.
Hall of Fame.
You have a decent offensive line. You have you have an above average roster. And every year, everybody always thinks, and you can date back all the way to fucking LaDainian Tomlinson's Chargers. You always can think, oh man, the Chargers got a roster, and then,
Dude,
You know who I like as a head coach? Dan Quinn. I think he'd be great with the Chargers.
he's already been a head coach. That didn't work out. There's just guys that,
in Atlanta, and he didn't make it to a Super Bowl. And he was up
Did he?
27 fucking points
and lost, and then got fired.
Yeah.
Okay, but I think it'd fit in well for the
I
Chargers.
take Dan. So, do we even talk about this game? Chargers minus
Please
6.
skip this.
Yeah.
What's the total at right now?
40.
That's currently the total at 40. I saw it at 41.
40 and a half.
I saw 41. I know it opened at 39. So for whatever reason, people think there's going to be scoring in this game.
Is Zappy Hour starting?
Oh, you can't go.
should.
You can't go to Mac Jones.
That first half by him was
Bill
atrocious.
O'Brien.
You watched that? He actually played.
I had to. I had
Bill
to under.
O'Brien. Bill O'Brien came out this
Bang, bang.
week and said that he didn't put all the blame. He actually took one for the team and said, "This is not all Mac Jones' fault." As offensive coordinator, then it's your fault if it's not his fault.
I don't know. Bailey Zappi went out there and put a decent drive together on his first snaps in that game.
We're just trying to get our Zappy.
That's
card.
insane.
We're like, Zappi's the next thing, guys.
The next big thing. So forget about that game. This is a tough slate this week for the NFL. But
2 back-to-back tough weeks.
yeah, I'll be in Vegas betting all these games, by the way. Lions -4 at the Saints.
Yes.
How do you see this?
I see Derek Carr not throwing a fucking touchdown pass again. That's how I see it every
This
fucking
week? Again?
Again.
See that total, Eddie?
Listen.
Yeah, Vegas thinks otherwise.
Yeah.
They got the total at 46.
No, I'm telling you that the fucking Mormon tight end will come in and throw a couple touchdowns, and they'll throw Jameis Winston.
When-
He'll throw a touchdown. I'm just saying that Derek Carr won't throw a touchdown.
Let's say this game's, 21-10 at halftime.
Okay, time out. We need to rewind real quick.
Okay.
We're not talking about the story here.
Which is?
How bad has Derek Carr been on this Saints team? All I heard from day one, playoff team, 10-2.
They should be a fucking playoff
They
team.
will be a playoff
Okay,
team.
okay.
He said it.
I
all
said
year.
it 100%. I said it.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm shocked of how bad this man actually is at playing this game of football.
Well,
you guys.
we're not.
You're not.
We
You've
saw
seen it.
But like, I know I am. I thought it would be bad, but I didn't think it was gonna be
This is bad. This is bad.
They can't beat Atlanta. Atlanta's terrible. We all know that. I mean,
This is very true.
Indeed.
it's
And they have a great defense.
the record they have is should not be what it is. The record's terrible.
Oh no. Yeah. What are they? 5-6, 4-5, 5-6, right?
Derek
That's-
Carr he's I don't need to say it. I say it every week. I've said it for 59 weeks in a row. He's scared. He is scared to get hit
That
ever
pick
since.
6 to Jesse Bates was terrible.
Oh, that was brutal in the red zone.
Yeah.
I hope
Dude, he doesn't throw that interception. Guarantee. Dude, because I'll tell you something. I watched bits and pieces of that game.
They're 7-0 going.
It felt like they were in the fucking red zone all the time with ease.
Yeah, he's the worst red zone quarterback, possibly all time.
He has to be.
Yeah, but the coach has to be better in the red zone. Make an adjustment. If you
Put Taysom Hill. Do something different.
do
like,
something,
They do.
Make
They
an
did.
adjustment.
They do
do.
that most of the time. They take him
Dude,
out.
they take him out when they get into the red zone. I've never seen anything like this before in my life.
Can we consider the coach getting fired?
No,
he
No, you
has
can't.
to.
no.
No.
He's a defensive coach. And number one, you guys told me last week that the Saints are not going to fucking draft a quarterback. You guys is high on some shit.
You can't because you
Man,
just
you
paid
just
this
paid
man.
him.
Doesn't matter.
You just paid this man.
And you just took a quarterback last draft.
Do you go with Jameis Winston here?
I would.
I
would
think
do
against the
something
Lions, yes. Just have someone just fucking slinging it.
So you like the over?
You like
what you're
slinging
saying?
it, don't you?
You like the over? What you're saying? You like the over? What you're saying?
bitch.
Because I like the over in this game.
Ring the bell.
We're gonna blue chip Lions Saints over 46. Vegas thinks so as well because 46 is the biggest total the Saints have had this year. They're at home. The defense hasn't looked as good as it did in the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
The last 4 or 5 games, they've been a bottom 8 defense in the league for the last handful of games, and they've struggled all around.
Factoids.
But the Lions, they're coming off of that terrible loss. They allowed 29 points to Green Bay.
Lions
which
have
is-
had a lull in these mid games the last 3-4 weeks. They haven't looked very good for some reason. I don't know what it is. Play calling. Ben Johnson's supposed to be a genius.
He didn't look like a genius last week.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that. But I like the over. Lions Saints over 46. This next game I really like. I really like this game. Falcons at the Jets. Jets +3 at home. Jets, Jets. I'm riding the Jets. Bro, that defense at home, you just got the news that Rodgers is going to start practicing. The defense, your offense sucks. You need to get us in the game this week at home +3 against the Falcons.
Yes.
I'll sprinkle in a touchdown defense in this game.
Oh, I like that. Little prop bet.
A little $10 prop bet.
There you go.
Win
Or
like
100,
$100.
whatever tinkles.
Whatever you like. I mean,
Yes.
I'm over $10 guy.
And I'm telling you, the fact that Aaron Rodgers was cleared to do football activities, whatever that means. I don't know. He's going to be fucking washing balls, whatever. But the fact that he's going to be there,
Giggity.
he's going to bring a different energy, man.
Yes.
That when he gets on that practice field, people are going to be like, oh my God, he's
back.
He is Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
I mean, let's talk about this for 1 second. So, is it bullshit? A 40-year-old man, was it really a
Come on,
torn
guys.
Achilles?
That was definitely a torn Achilles. We just saw Jalen Phillips.
We just
exact-
talked about bullshit conspiracies.
I'm just saying.
Also, there's a banned substance which probably only explains his recovery like this, but I don't think the NFL really tests for it. So
Oh, another conspiracy?
no, it's
Ayahuasca?
medically, like it's like the only thing that could possibly have healed him this fast, him being this old. Unless ayahuasca's really the shit, then
I mean, it's just it's
Sounds like a lot of hate from you guys.
or it could be just total bullshit, and he's just stringing us all along, like Aaron Rodgers likes to do.
I don't think it's that serious.
I don't think you can fake an Achilles tear like that, Eddie.
Well, how do you explain
They even
coming
showed-
back from an
Well,
Achilles in 11
they
weeks?
said like 3 weeks after the surgery, they said it was this new thing of surgery. Somebody else has had it.
Yeah.
Oh, Kirk Cousins had the same one. Kirk Cousins has had the same surgery from the same whatever.
Kirk Cousins didn't come back in 11 weeks, man.
Kirk Cousins just had it.
He just had it,
He just
guy.
had it.
This okay. Well, we'll
He
see.
just had it, so we'll see. But I think that them coming out and saying, "Hey, he's going to be able to start moving and grooving a little bit of practice." I think it's going to just amp up that team, and then everybody's going to, like, fuck, this guy's
We can make a
making
run.
an effort to get back in this. We have now the Falcons this week. This is not the Bills, it's not the Dolphins, it's the fucking Falcons.
Yes.
We start right here. Our season starts for the Jets right here, right now. You're going to get back
Q
into it.
Williams is picking his teeth right now. He's like, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'm hungry for some calamari.
The Williams boys, they coming.
Did you
Yes.
watch that clip of Jalen Phillips?
No.
Why is that funny?
No, 'cause it's. I said something I shouldn't have said.
But that shit made me sad. You see that clip?
Yeah.
Oh, where he got hurt,
Yeah.
right?
He pulls out his Achilles, and you can see he turns around. He thought something stepped on his ankle, and that shit just blew.
Yeah.
That shit was sad. The Jets need to change that field. That
Yeah.
field is garbage.
That field is brutal.
We've fired that field how many times already?
Yeah, many times.
Yeah.
Who do the Jets play next week, Eddie Money? If you can pull that up. But I liked it. The Falcons at +3. I think that line's going to go down.
Oh, they play the Texans.
Next week?
Yeah.
At home?
Yep.
Another winnable game. So now,
Yes.
what's their record anyways?
They have 5 wins.
Do they?
They're 4-7.
4 and 7. We were.
Oh,
Never
fuck.
mind. They're out.
You got to win 6 in a
They
row
can
here.
make a run here, man.
You got to win 6 in a row to get in the hunt.
They're not winning 6 in a row.
Wow, the hate out of your voice
Rafa,
towards
come
the
be for real.
Jets, Jets.
Be
Give me the
serious.
schedule for the Jets.
Here we go.
So we got let's do this real quick
do
since
this real
Jacob
quick.
hate.
It's
Okay.
not hate. It's just
Yeah,
facts.
This
okay.
week, they have the
Falcons,
Falcons at home.
gonna demolish them.
Jets at home.
10-0.
Jets away.
10-0.
against
Demolish them 10-0.
Jets away at the Dolphins.
Tough game. Loss. What else?
Jets at home against the Redskins.
Oh,
Win.
dumb.
Win.
Away against the Browns.
Win.
Oof.
I'm gonna win there.
You're out of your mind.
You see them against the Broncos? They look terrible.
This is true.
And then they finish it off away against the Patriots.
Oh, yeah.
Oh man,
6 in a
this
row.
is
Dude.
6 in a row. They're winning the whole
That's
fucking
poss-
thing.
that's
They're winning the whole
possible.
thing.
Hey.
They're winning the whole thing.
no, it's possible. After hand schedule, that's possible.
It is possible, man.
Oh, anything's possible. It's the NFL.
Rodgers should, if he is healthy, he will be there for those last 3 weeks at the minimum.
That's what they're saying?
Well, he has a 21-day to. So if they clear him for those 21 days, I'm assuming if he gets cleared, that they think he's going to play. So he has the
Wow.
3 weeks to practice.
Can
and
you
then
imagine
to
at
designate him.
7-7, if they get to 7-7, which is tough because they're at home this week against the Falcons, which I think they're going to beat. Then they play at home against the Texans, which I think they will also beat, and then they go to Miami. So if you win that game, think about it. Rodgers on the sideline, and he's telling these guys got to know,
Yes.
right? We win this game next week. I'm playing at 7-7. Come on.
Okay, if you're the head coach, are you putting him out there?
100. If I'm 7-7,
Why aren't
100%.
you?
I'm not putting him out there at fucking 4-9 like Cooper Kupp last year with the Rams, and fucking when the game was over and him getting hurt or the year before, whatever it was. At 7-7, I'm 100% putting him out there. If I'm within a game or two with 3 games left and Aaron Rodgers can play, player, you playing? You're playing? Yes or no?
I have to.
Can I give a
Yes or yes?
Can I, yes. Or yes. There you go.
Yes.
Can I give a blue chip?
Yes.
Oh.
Chip it.
Aaron Rodgers, comeback player of the year. If he comes back this year, I don't care. I know DeMar Hamlin came back from
He
the
don't
dead,
even play.
but he's played. He's played 9 snaps in 3 games.
A lot of
You
people
can't
think
win
he
that
shouldn't
award
have.
with 3 games, guy.
Well, he did rise from the dead.
Did you see the meme? The Bills
Yes,
fans?
yes.
No, I didn't.
You didn't?
No.
When he cost them a game, and then the meme, it was on Ghetto Gronk.
Ghetto Gronk.
And he goes, Bills fans wishing DeMar Hamlin
Oh,
would
I
have
did
stayed
see
dead.
that. Damn, Gina.
Oh, yeah, no, that was brutal.
That was a coach.
So we're riding the Jets. Jets, Jets. Let's go. Clip that, Eddie Money.
Clip that shit. Let's go to Cardinals.
Oh, at the
steel
Steelers.
curtain. Steelers on a roll.
Look at the Steelers last week. Over 400 yards for the first time in
Yes.
50-something
They're
games.
sending Matt Canada back to fucking Canada.
Wow.
Yes.
I think they roll again this week. And by
Yes.
rolling, 17-3.
No, Kenny.
That's the new rolling in this league.
Tiny Hands Pickett, man.
They rolled him.
Dude.
6-3.
6-3, fucking total domination.
Fucking rolled them.
Rolled them.
Yeah.
No, I think the Steelers win this game. I think the Steelers
do
at
too.
home. The line's already moved half a point. It was at 5.5.
I think this total is too high.
Where are you at?
41.
Oh, the Cardinals defense isn't good, man.
Yeah.
This is Steelers offense.
isn't like.
How dare you fucking accuse them of that?
got
They had
got-
over 400 yards last week.
They did.
They did?
Pat fired me.
Yeah, it's the first time in 50
They
something
scored
games.
like 13 points.
Exactly my point.
It was cold, man.
Shut the fuck up.
It was cold, bro.
It's gonna be cold in
Isn't it
Pittsburgh. It's
So
gonna be
any
cold in
money
Pittsburgh.
likes the under. I'm staying away from the under. I like the Steelers -6. I think they win that game. I think they handily win it, 17-3. Which is also the under.
and the cover.
Fuck. Maybe
No,
the Steelers would do great in the Big Ten.
100%. They're a Big Ten team.
Isn't it annoying though? Like they look so bad, but they're 7-4. Like
Yes.
it's fucking annoying.
I don't think they look as bad as
They
you guys
look
think.
terrible.
And
I
Mike
can't stand
Tomlin,
watching them play.
and you can't fire him again.
You can never fire Mike Tomlin, man. If you fire Mike Tomlin,
You're an idiot.
there's 29 other teams that'll hire him. Any other team except for Andy Reid and the guy
Sirianno.
and then the guy, Sirianno from the Eagles.
and Niners coach.
Niners.
yeah.
Everyone else should fucking hire him.
Yeah.
Agree.
Not the Dolphins either.
Okay.
Or the
well,
Dolphins. I mean, you know what the fuck I mean.
he's
We're
not
not gonna sit here and go. We're not gonna sit here and go team
And
by
the
team.
Ravens.
But guess what?
And the
Guess
Cowboys.
what? If the Steelers fire him, the Bills fire McDermott. It comes out on ESPN. They fucking pick up the phone. Listen, McDermott, don't come tomorrow. Like,
for sure.
You know what?
He's locked.
We're gonna send you the shit.
He's going to be like Jamal Adams.
They will literally fly Mike Tomlin in. Like,
Yes.
Steeler fans are stupid. They think. Listen, you were good in the '70s and you won those titles because there weren't many black people playing. Let's be real, okay? I'm telling you the truth, man.
Rob
Bill
thinks the
Cowher.
civil rights movement was 1979.
How many black people were in the league?
Actually, I think it was.
The running backs were white, man. Most of the running backs were white.
Hey,
There's
the best
white
running back is
corners
still
back
white.
then. Are you kidding
The
me?
best running back is still white.
Yes.
Shit. You're
There's
right.
white corners back then.
Yes, there was too many white corners back then. From
This
Jason
doesn't
Sehorn
count.
on, that's it.
Yes.
No more. That's it. No, the Steeler fans, like Bill Cowher won one Super Bowl. Like he won one. That was it.
And the Steelers fans don't think he was great. They think he should have won
You've
more.
had 5 coaches your entire fucking life. And all the Steeler fans that are alive now have seen 3 coaches their entire life.
Fuck
And all
you.
3 of
And
them,
I'm telling you,
all 3
they
of
don't
them
like
won
Tomlin.
titles.
Fuck you, Luke. Fuck you.
Luke is in a Speedo
A
somewhere.
newborn
Heated
baby has seen 3 coaches they're a Raider fan.
pool. Oh, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Mia's seen 3
Me
Raider
has seen
coaches.
3 Raider coaches and 3 Broncos coaches.
She's 2 years old.
She's 2, poor thing.
And 0 Bronco wins.
Oh, man. Wow, zing. So anyways, Steelers 7-4, right?
Yep.
Steelers 7-4, they're cruising along the AFC. Just everybody thinks they're trash, and
They keep
boom,
winning
they
games.
keep winning
somehow.
games. Who knows how they do it? But anyways, next Panthers at the Buccaneers. Finally, they fired Frank Reich. You shouldn't have got a job, brother.
Yeah.
I said it here last year. You suck as a coach. He sucks as a coach. You can base. I said it last year.
We heard you say it.
First year, and he didn't make it through the season. We're only seeing what's on the surface. How bad must he be as a coach to get fired his first year? With everyone knew they were a shitty team, and he still got fired.
Last year, they had that monster roster in Indianapolis all over the place.
The Raiders beat him at home.
And they lost. They couldn't the year before with Carson Wentz, right? That was the year before where they had you needed to beat a terrible team at the end of the year, which I think might have been the Jags at that point.
Yeah.
And you couldn't win that game.
didn't win that
and they
game.
still brought you back.
Yeah.
Like, bro, you suck. And then you're trying to out there's a rumor that one of your people said that, oh, we should have picked Stroud. The owner came out and said all the coaches were expected to pick because they thought Houston was going to pick one. They were expecting to get Bryce Young no matter what, and they all agreed on it.
Yeah.
That was their pick. It was all agreed upon. And now you have someone out there spreading, oh, you wanted Stroud.
Yeah, right.
All of a sudden you wanted Stroud. Shut up.
Fuck you.
You're a new coach coming into a team, and the owner picked you who shouldn't have picked you, and you're gonna tell him that you didn't get out of here, man. Get out of here. You're a terrible coach.
Is Bryce Young like is that it for him? Like
What do you mean that's it?
I know, but like
That's not in his first
like everyone thinks like CJ Stroud's obviously this one's better than him. It's over. Like
Okay. I'm not saying that Bryce Young is Andrew Luck. I'm not saying that.
yeah,
But listen, rookie year, RG3 and Andrew Luck. RG3 led his team to the playoffs.
100%.
RG3 got hurt. Andrew Luck retired, and 25 teams can call him back today, and he would start on any one of those teams.
100%.
I'm not saying Bryce Young is Andrew Luck, but we've seen this before.
Yeah.
We've seen where one guy's better than the other right out the gate, and then things change. I'm not saying that's going to happen, but it's a possibility.
I hope so. I actually like
It's
Bryce
a possibility.
Young.
He's not, he's not some of those guys that are just, he's not Jamarcus Russell or
Yeah.
Mitchell Trubisky or, a lot of those, Brian fucking Leaf, a lot of those guys.
Dude, under Matt Rule, that team played hard.
No, and
They ran the ball well.
7-10.
No, and there was, I think in his first year, they had a really good record and they had a good defense.
Yeah.
So I think this week, Carolina plus 5.5. This game will show you if Frank Reich was a problem.
Facts.
This will show you not that they're going to come out and probably not even beat Tampa, but they might be more competitive
play
this
harder.
week. If they play harder, you're going to know that it was the coach. I never bet against a team that they fired the coach that week.
Yeah.
Because I always feel like if you fired him it's because someone down there said, hey, this is not our guy.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Carolina probably doesn't have many leaders. Most of the guys are young, and, there's not really a Luke Kuechly around or...
It's like that albatross around your neck. It's like ding dong, the witch is dead. You just play better. You feel better. Guys are more loose. Guys tend to play harder for, they want to prove to the management
that
and
it
said,
was
"See,
him. Yeah, it was him.
We're not this bad.
Yeah.
It was him.
So I'm going to bet Carolina this week. I'm not going to blue chip it, but I will be betting the Panthers. I'm letting you know right now because I think they will cover the 5.5. I think they will play a lot better than what we've seen. Bryce Young, the roster's not very good, man. The best receiver he has,
Adam Thielen.
Is number one, he's old. Number two, white guy.
Yeah.
White guy.
Come on, man.
I'm just saying. You're going to throw this young kid out there. You give him this old-ass receiver to top it off, motherfucker white. Come on, man.
Yeah. I thought Adam Thielen was calling games in the Mountain West.
Damn right.
Yeah.
On fucking Friday
Saturday.
nights or Saturday nights, man. UNLV and Boise or something. So anyways, next game, Colts, who are on fire, right? Colts have won,
Yes.
4 or 5 in a row?
Yeah, they won all of November.
So, see, they started winning when you made that Minshew comment in the group chat. Now I see why teams don't re-sign Minshew.
And guess what? I started betting on the Colts right after.
Yeah, because Minshew's been rolling.
Yep.
Washington State, Pac-12 quarterback, huh? Not very many good ones.
Yep.
Gardner Minshew is one right now. What's their record? They're in the playoff spot or no?
They're in the hunt. They might be like at the top of the wild card.
That division looks a lot better than what it should have been, right? I mean,
Word
with
up.
the Texans and the Yags.
Yep.
The Yaggies.
Your team.
They're currently number 7.
So they're in, right?
Right there.
Yeah.
They're in it.
Yeah.
So what do you think? They're at home.
second
They're
in their
on the
division.
road at the Titans. Total's 43. I feel that's a little much, man, but the Colts
The
fucking
Colts
score.
offense just score way too much.
They
to
score.
go
They
against
do.
it.
They score. Taylor's out, though. I think he's going to be out this week.
He's out, but Zach Moss will be plugged right in.
Right. I love it.
Utah.
Let's see what happens.
Utah. Give me 2.
So what do you think? Colts -1.
No, thank you.
No, thank you.
This
Any
is,
money?
This is like every other.
I like the Titans as well.
You like the Titans?
I do.
As well.
As well. No, well, you're the only motherfucker. You like the Titans?
No, I said no, thank you.
Oh.
That sounds like Titans.
That sounds like
I'm
You
a
like
stay
the-
away, Titans.
that sounds
You
like,
like the
don't watch
Titans?
this game, please
I do.
God.
I like the Titans as well as at home, but
What?
I'm not betting this game. This is one of those no-bet games for me. Maybe the Titans. We'll see how we're feeling at the Bellagio.
We're just
or-
sweating
what
out
it is?
Titans
Is
second
that-
half.
Is that
Shut up. Titans come back.
now the herds of gamblers are feeling good about the Colts, and
This is where they disappoint you?
I think the group.
Look at Eddie,
the
man.
group money is going to be on the Colts, and we all know the
Group
herd
money always dies.
always dies, man.
Damn right. All right. So Titans, Colts. Titans at home +1. Keep an eye out. Dolphins at Eddie's Redskins. Sam, how are you still in the NFL? Howell. Dolphins -9.5. Total's a big total. 50 now? Wow. It opened at 49.
Wow,
We're at 50. I think this is going to be a shootout.
oh,
No,
for
not in a
sure.
good way.
for sure.
I think it's going to be Dolphins 39.
Not in a good way.
Tyreek has come out. I think he should win the MVP, but Tyreek came out and said today that this team feels better than his championship team with the Kansas City Chiefs.
Completely
Of course he's gonna
false.
say that.
Completely
Of
false.
course
I'm telling
he's
you
gonna
what he
say
said.
that.
Completely
Of
false.
course he's gonna say that. He's not gonna say, "Oh no, we suck and we're not as good as that
He also
team."
doubled down on Tua being the most accurate passer.
Oh, my God.
I'm just telling you, they're feeling it. That McDaniel has that team. I mean, Tua came out and Tyreek came out and gave just raving reviews about my coach. Our coach has us focused. We prepare better than anyone
like the
in the
coach.
league. Our team is better than the Kansas City Chiefs. I mean, dude just went off. They're believing, man.
They not lose to the Chiefs?
They did.
Okay.
They did lose
I
to
was
the Chiefs.
Making sure. I was making sure that the dudes in Miami are speaking gibberish. The Dolphins, by the way, I'm not going to let that comment that you made of Tyreek should be the MVP go on.
Should. He's going to break the fucking record. He's the best player in the NFL right now, and I stand by that shit. Just because he's not a quarterback don't mean shit, man.
Oh, man. I don't know if he's the best.
Come on,
player.
man.
He is the only minus odds favorite for the
Offensive player of the year?
yeah. So really, he is the MVP.
100%.
Oh, he's really not. So, I mean, he's fucking really not. Can you look up Miami's schedule since we have this on Hot Topic here? Eddie's quoted every Miami Dolphins player on how good their coach is and how good Tua is and how he's yet to beat a team with a winning record?
I mean, the facts
Is that
are
what we're
facts.
doing?
Oh, you
So
want me
the
to-
Dolphins are the AFC Cowboys?
100%, but worse.
Week 1, 36-34 Chargers.
Losing record.
Week 2, 24-17 Patriots.
Losing record.
Week 3, 70-20 Broncos.
Oh, they have a winning record now. All of a
At
sudden.
the time, they're
No, all of a sudden. But no, that's fine. They got a good win against the Broncos.
Loss 48-20 Bills.
Shocker.
We don't have to go over all this. We know they haven't beat a
So
winning
we know.
team.
All right, just making sure. They are going to whoop the Redskins' ass this week. Dolphins minus 9.5. Dolphins first half minus whatever it is. 4.5, 5.5, 6.5, and over 50. We're blue chipping all of them.
first quarter, second quarter, third
The
quarter, fourth
whole
quarter.
thing. By the way, weather permitting. If it's raining out in Washington or whatever the gibberish, be careful. Other than that, we're blue chipping the whole thing. The first half, the over for the game, the Dolphins minus 9.5. Dolphins going to score 40.
Can you put on like the actual post, weather permitted?
Yes, and make sure you put weather permitted. Like, repeat that. Like, weather.
I'll say it when I.
Yeah, track the weather,
We're going to
please.
put Eddie Money in a hot little dress with some big fake bolt-ons and have him do the weather.
There we go.
Is it in the rain?
I like it. By the way, what's going on with Sam Howell talk? Are we done with it? Are we done with it?
I never said
like
he was a great quarterback. I said he's a serviceable.
If you're the Redskins, do you draft a quarterback?
What the?
Do you draft a quarterback if you're the Redskins?
No.
Don't answer.
No,
I wouldn't.
No. So nobody.
Nope.
I wouldn't.
Wow.
Move on.
I wouldn't either. Just saying. Shut the fuck up. Just saying. Just saying.
I think this next game, by
Game
the way,
of the week.
is a pretty no.
Game of the week.
No.
For me, at least.
This is a pretty good game.
Oh,
Up
I
there.
like this game.
This is a great game.
Game of the week.
I like this game. I'm blue chipping this game.
Game of the week for me.
Let's go.
I think I'm going to take the hotter, more experienced team with an experienced coach, an experienced quarterback.
Here we go.
The Denver Broncos
you
plus
were gonna
3.5 on the road. Plus 3.5. Denver's playing. Listen,
They're playing so
Lights
amazing.
out.
Lights out. Pull up fucking Russell Wilson's numbers last week because he's playing so fucking incredible.
Eddie,
He
The
Eddie.
team. We said the team is playing
The
great.
team is playing good.
threw for 135 yards.
Eddie, well, is he the Michigan quarterback?
It was also the Browns.
It's great.
Browns
It
have
was
a
the
good
Browns
defense.
at home. Browns at home is the best defense. Browns away though, different story.
Not very good. Yes.
All right.
No, they have Eddie. I think it's you don't. I think Denver right now is playing better than Houston. I think Houston has some. Last week tight game. They couldn't come up. They couldn't tie it. I think the Texans are going to drop a little bit here in the next couple weeks. I think they're
think-
going to have some losses.
Yeah, this line opened up at 4.5, which I thought was a little too
Insane.
high.
It's now 3.5. I'd rather have. If I'm looking at it, Texas Vegas thinks the Texans are half a point better than the Broncos. I don't think so at all. I think the Broncos are 3 points better than the Texans. So
Agreed.
I'm taking the Texans. Upset alert of the week. I'm sorry. I'm taking the Broncos. Upset alert of the week. I think Denver goes into Houston and wins this game. Wouldn't shock me. But you guys are not high on Denver. I think that, what did they won? 5 in a row? 4 in a row?
6 in a row.
No.
I think it's 5. Because it
5
started
in a
off
row.
I think
1-5.
it's 5 or 6.
They were 1-5.
Yeah.
They've now won 5 in a row. They're starting to click. They're starting to click.
They know who they are now.
Yeah.
Run the
Run the
fucking
ball.
ball, play defense.
And Russell's getting out of the pocket and making plays with his feet like 4 years ago.
Keep them alive.
Yeah, no. He's making plays. He's extending plays. He's
Yes.
every bit of what you wish Derek Carr would have been.
Oh,
I agree.
And this is a bad version of Russell Wilson. And Eddie, this is the Carr he would have wanted.
Yeah.
This version right here. I like Denver plus 3.5 at Houston. I think Eddie doesn't like Denver. Dude, last week
the home
you
rival.
said, oh, he's gonna have a bad game and blah blah. He did have a bad game. They still won.
okay.
They're trending.
Let's
That,
not all, let's
that was
not all,
not a crazy statement.
Yeah, let's
Oh,
not
he's
all.
going to have a bad game against the best defense.
Yeah, let's just not all glaze up Russell Wilson. He threw for 135 yards.
Okay, we're not
Hop
glazing
off
him
it.
up.
We did that.
Hop off. You're
like
we did
deglazing
that
him.
over here, for the fucking Turkey Bowl. I think I
Hop
threw
off
for
it.
138. That's all I'm saying.
I think it's going to be a good game. I think it's going to go down to the wire. I like Denver to win it. Upset alert. Denver plus 3.5. That's your blue chip.
On to the next one.
Another game.
My Cleveland Browns.
I think he's a good game as well. But it's
I
not.
think this is a good game.
No, it's not. It's trash.
It's in SoFi. Your Los Angeles Rams are favored 3.5. Over under 39.5. Where we at?
I like Cleveland, man. With the 3.5,
They look terrible.
I like Cleveland with 3.5. Denver's defense has been playing. Denver's defense is doing this. Denver's defense is soaring right now. They're playing.
We're talking about.
Right. That Cleveland
just
played
played.
last
Oh,
week.
okay.
Cleveland played Denver last week. Denver's defense has looked so much better in the last 4 or 5 weeks or whatever during their win streak. Cleveland playing the Ram. I like the Browns with 3.5. If the line was 2.5, I wouldn't like the game. The Browns with 3.5. I like the Browns with 3.5. Rumor has it that Joe Flacco could start this week for the Browns. He's now QB2.
Wow.
That's
This week.
disgusting.
Well, it is disgusting, but I'd rather have Joe Flacco over
Walker?
Walker, over DTR, over fucking every Jets quarterback they have right now.
Wow. That's a bold statement, man.
We'll see. 3.5. I like the Browns in that game.
I got.
Blue chip?
No. Fuck it. All right,
go.
Browns plus 3.5. I think they're gonna. If they lose this game, I think they lose by 3. I think they keep the game tight.
Can I say this? And I'm not a McVay fan whatsoever. I hate the manicured beard. I hate the freaking faux hawk. I not a fan of the person or the style, I guess, of McVay. But I think this is McVay's best coaching job that he's ever had. He's had loaded rosters. This roster, he's brought on 40 new freaking players. And everyone thought they were going to suck. I thought they were going to suck.
We all did.
It's the no-name defense. Anyone, the running back, Kyron Williams or
Yeah,
Kyron Williams.
he went off.
he's amazing. Puka Nakua. It doesn't matter who's in.
Yeah, this is the best job he's done with size. I think that first year.
Dude, he's been incredible.
Yeah, he's been phenomenal.
He's been incredible, and he should get Coach of the Year.
Wow, we need to bring that.
Not about 4 and 6.
We really need to bring that way down.
I
Yeah.
just feel I'm
McDaniel should be the coach of the year, or even D'Amico Ryans.
I'll make a round.
Or how about Mike Tomlin with that
Sean
garbage ass
Payton.
roster and he's 7-4? Relax with the Sean Payton
6 and
shit.
5?
If they continue
Relax.
to roll,
Yeah, if they end like
Possible.
11-6, maybe. But when you look at what McDaniel's done down there in Miami, with Tua coming back and all that, yeah, they haven't been good teams. McCarthy running the offense in Dallas has looked better than Kellen Moore.
Yeah.
Running the offense. I mean, yes, against garbage teams, but yes. And then you can never discredit, the Eagles head coach, of course. And
We just got to give
Mike
McVay his
Tomlin.
props. I never give his props.
you're absolutely right, 100%.
feel like
I think he's done a
one's-
phenomenal job.
No one's talking about it. This dude can pull players out of Utah State. It doesn't matter. People produce under his offense.
Yeah, I think he's done a phenomenal job. That's for sure. You got that you got that right. So Browns plus 3.5. Next game, Chiefs at the Packers, Sunday Night Football. What do you think? Chiefs looked a lot better last week.
They look better.
But
last
I knew
week.
they would. I told you last week. Playing the Raiders, Crosby wasn't 100.
Yeah.
It was they started off slow, and then all of a sudden it's like, okay, this is the Raiders. That's what they thought,
Yeah,
and they ended on a 31-3 run to win that game.
I knew it was over when Gabe texted, Raiders are looking good. I was like, oh, shit.
like fuck.
Thanks,
They didn't
Gabe.
score after that.
Yeah, didn't score after that. But there you go. That defensive line, it's all about defense in KC. Jones is the best defensive tackle in football. He's a beast, man. On 4th and 1, the Raiders go for it. A 4th and 2, you run it, in the A gap against Jones. Bad call, bad move. You don't go into the teeth of their defense.
Not at all. Chiefs at Packers -6.5. Totals 42. Sunday Night Football. That's gonna be. Who knows what the weather's gonna be like there. So that's one of those. Stay away from. You see a lot of snow, you can bet the under.
Oh yeah.
Bet
Bet
the
the
under.
under.
And I
When
like
in
the
doubt,
Packers.
bet a
with the
primetime
points.
Packers plus 6.5.
I do.
All right.
I do.
Eddie's throwing picks out there. I like it. All right. Next game, Monday Night Football. Bengals at the Jaguars, -8.5. Bengals, obviously, Burrow's out. They're done. They're out.
Yeah.
I know they played Pittsburgh last week, but they're not going to – I don't think they're going to be able to score. This total set at 38.
But the Jags 7-3. Can we give any props
Not
to
at all.
Trevor Lawrence yet?
Not at all.
I mean,
Not me.
come on, man.
He's got to win. Not for me. I can't give him props.
They're just 7-3.
They're 8-3, number 3 seed. That's pretty crazy, but he still gets no props.
Yeah, not for me.
No.
I'll never give him props.
He just
He's
look-
got to win a Super Bowl for me.
He doesn't look like special on the field.
No, he doesn't. For me, he doesn't look special.
Neither does Mahomes. This year. He doesn't. He doesn't.
Agreed.
Oh man.
But we all know they're winning because of the defense
the
this
red,
year.
yeah, and the thing is red on the sign or whatever.
Oh, because
Oh no,
Taylor
it's
Swift.
purple and it's purple and red. So anyways, yeah, when Taylor Swift is in the fucking audience, the Chiefs are winning or whatever.
Yeah.
But anyways, Bengals, Jags, 8.5 Jags. I think it seems like a lot of points up for a Monday night.
8.5 seems like a lot of points. I feel like the total doesn't align with the points.
Yeah, I agree with you as well. You like the under?
Yes.
Figured. I like the under as well.
Monday Night Football is on like a 25-0 run to the under right
Shut
now.
the fuck up.
I cannot lie to you.
25-0.
Something like that. It's insane.
That
It's in the
sounds
20s.
crazy.
Wow.
It's in the 20s.
I like it. I like it. Under Monday Night Football. We're not blue chipping it, but that's what Eddie Money's got. Let's do our two nobodies parlay.
Yes, sir.
The NFL. Who wants to go first?
I'll go first.
Love it.
Lions -4.
Wow.
Off a bad loss, extra time off,
Against the Saints.
Against
Against
a bad team.
garbage Saints.
Okay. All right.
Can I go next?
Go ahead.
I want the Dolphins first half.
Like it.
First half to cover.
Yes, first half to cover. Should be like 5.5, 5 points, something like that. I've been watching Hard Knocks Miami. That team is believing, man.
No shit.
They
Of
are,
course.
they are drinking the McDaniel Hugo.
Give me the Steelers and Cardinals under 41.
You got something?
Give me the Jets +3.
And that was going to be my pick, the Jets +3. So I will. So it's going to be a 4-teamer. So we have Miami Dolphins first half minus. Is it 4.5?
6.5.
6.5. So Dolphins -6.5. Give me
Lions.
Lions
-4.
Okay, so Lions -4. Dolphins -6.5 first half. Phoenix, Arizona, and Pittsburgh under 41, and the Jets at home +3. That's your two nobodies 4-team parlay,
Love
which
it.
should be +1,200.
Yep.
+1,200. So +1,200. Put a unit on it. Enjoy.
Come on, man.
Bang.
So
All right. And then, so coming back, we're going to take a small break to check our audio with our guest coming on. We'll be right back to talk about two big games of the week, 49ers and Eagles.
Ace
and
picks.
The Pac-12 championship.
we got ace picks
Ace picks
coming
coming
on.
on.
2 minutes.
Does anyone have to go?
Nope. You already got a tinkle? He's a machine. How?
Oh,
Just stay on here.
Yeah, we're back live now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So we're back, guys.
We're back, everybody. Thank you for our little small break. We have a special guest in the house. Ace's Picks. My man Ace, all the way from Columbus, Ohio, guys. We always give our picks. We wanted to bring someone on who also gives picks, who follows football, big Browns fan. Ace, how you doing, Papa? How's life treating you?
Good, my guy. Can I get a whoop, whoop? Here we go. Here we go. Whoop, whoop.
Guys, if you guys haven't followed us, Ace, he has an Instagram. Go ahead and give us your Instagram real quick. We'll give it a couple times. What is it, Ace?
Yeah, so it's Aces Picks _. We do a lot of free plays. We also have a VIP, but try to be transparent as possible. So we get free plays. We're tracked on the Action Network app. We have an Excel spreadsheet, the whole 9 yards. And if anyone ever has any questions about the game I don't post, I'll also give any analysis anyone has. Just shoot me a DM, and I'm happy to help out.
We love it, man. It's what we do over here. We try to help out the people. We don't unit shame. And let's get into it, man. 49ers against the Eagles. 49ers 2.5, over under 46. Where are you at, Ace? Is this a free pick? Are you giving us we call our picks a blue chip. What do you call your best picks of the week?
I mean, I just call them the locks, man. I just call them what they are. No, I'm just kidding. I need to think of something clever like that. I really like the blue chip, so I'm not going to take that. But I gotta brew something up over here. I don't just call it a free play for now.
All right.
But yeah, I'm going San Francisco -2.5. 3 out of the last 4 years, San Francisco's made the NFC Championship. I think this game is monumental for them and their organization. They have to get over that hump. If you look at it from a situational standpoint, you guys talked about it earlier in the show, actually. The Eagles, they have the Cowboys, the Chiefs, Buffalo down to the wire, and on deck they have Dallas on Sunday Night Football. I mean, they're obviously not going to overlook San Francisco, but I just think that the motivational spot favors San Fran. If we're looking at it from a statistical standpoint, I think the Eagles' defense is the weakest unit in the entire game. So the Eagles ranked 29th against the pass, 30th in the third down conversion. If you watched Buffalo last week, they had tons of third and longs that they converted with Allen. And they're also 29th defensively in the red zone. I think that they're going to game manage with Purdy, but I also think he has a chip on his shoulder, so I think he's going to play well with the play action. I think they're going to get in a lot of situations where there's third and short, execute, Shanahan football. And I got San Fran rolling. I think they win by 7-10, so I love the 2.5.
I love that.
I love it.
I thought the same as well. I think the Niners, I think this is a big game for Purdy. Just not being able to finish last year. I think this week, and like you said, the Eagles, the tough stretch of schedule.
Defensive backfield is trash, like you said.
The secondary's garbage.
It's really bad.
Yeah, I think, and then playing Dallas next week, they've had 2 gruesome games the last couple of weeks where they've had to come back. Now they got Niners this week and then Dallas next week. Not that they're, like you said, not that they're going to overlook them, but it's going to be a tough one. The Niners are going to be too much for them this week.
2 Nobodies collab with Aces Picks. I mean, this would usually be would you charge for this pick, through your site?
Yeah, so I usually do like a monthly sort of package. The reason being is, I mean, the handicappers in the world go 65, 70%. So obviously one play is not there's no such thing as one play locks.
Okay.
Right.
So I always recommend, do a couple weeks at the very minimum. If you're a novelist gambler just doing it for entertainment, that's different than just take the free pick. If you're trying to invest and actually make money long term, I would definitely try to get some sort of long term package.
So I don't know if you know, Ace, we like to ring the cowbell for our picks. Aces Picks gives San Francisco -2.5. He's saying 7 to 10 point win.
Yeah, and I also brought a little treat myself. So I got San Francisco -2.5.
Yeah.
Love it.
Love it, man. So if you guys
I had to make a quick pop a target,
So if you guys
Very
don't know, Ace is from Columbus, Ohio. We would love to do a little breakdown of last week's game, if you don't mind. I know you were probably
it was a rough one.
You're probably sitting in a basement for a week, but
He just came out.
yeah, let's give your breakdown of Ohio State, Michigan.
I want to say too fucking soon, man.
All right.
No, what did Eddie call him last week? McLeod? Is that
Oh,
sound
yeah.
about right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Kyle McLeod, you're fucking fired, man.
Now let me ask you this: Is Ryan Day on your hot seat? Is he on the hot seat in Columbus?
So I have mixed feelings about Ryan Day. I think he's an amazing coach. I really do. And also you can make the point of who would they hire if they got rid of him. I think he's a top 5 college football coach still to this day. He makes some play calls down the stretch that really want to make you scratch your head.
Yeah.
I know he ran a jet sweep with a Mecca Buka against Notre Dame when they got stuffed like 2 minutes left in the game before they got the ball back.
Yeah.
To turn it over. He just always does things like that. It's almost like we get too cute.
But let's look at the silver lining, Ace. The silver lining is Jim Harbaugh might be gone, and Ryan Day is going to be the best coach in the Big Ten again next year. And
He
then
couldn't even beat the backup fucking coach.
oh,
Come on. What does he care about Harbaugh? You couldn't beat the backup to the backup,
Too
man.
soon, Too soon.
Too soon. I'm sorry.
God damn it. Have some
I'm sorry,
respect.
Ace. I had Ohio State last week, man. I was disappointed like you. Trust me.
No, it's all good. That's what they get for losing the rivalry 3 years in a row. That should be motivation for us to get back in the lab and win a national championship.
Damn
sure.
right.
Now, the important question is this, and you're an insider in Columbus. Does Ryan Day dye his fucking beard? That is the darkest beard I've ever seen in my life. Do you have any insight on that?
So I actually worked for them for 3 years as an intern.
Did you?
So-
you were the one who
He
put
was the one by the Just for Men.
You were the actual one putting the Just for Men in his beard.
Yeah, no, I was the dude combing his fucking beard hairs.
I love it. I love it.
Hey, I have media real quick.
But where I was going with that is when he got hired, I was there, and that shit was always jet black. So I don't know.
All right.
I mean, if he did, he was dyeing it before he came to Columbus. So.
He dips that motherfucker.
He was
wow.
preparing.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's good for him. So let's get to that next game. Pac-12 title game. We will be there. Oregon versus Washington. The number 3 versus the number 5 team in the country. What do you think?
Big number, Ace.
Oregon.
9.5.
Total's at 66 and
Yeah. So this number opened at 7.5. So what that tells me is they opened over a touchdown. So they initially, right off the bat, knew where the public was probably going to go, and that would be with Washington seeing that 7 with the hook. It got steamed up to 9.5. I'm still saying, man, you fucking hammer Oregon, whereas we would say, ring Oregon in, take Oregon to the fucking bank, okay? There's so many. I have a laundry list of why we should take Oregon.
Please
If
tell
we're
us.
looking at
Let's hear it.
yeah, so Oregon, since their loss to Washington, is only averaged on defensively giving up 16 points a game. As you guys know, Washington, the last 3 games, have escaped every single game. I had Washington State last week. Cam Ward should have won that game.
I agree.
They beat Oregon by 2 points. They were tied with USC until the middle of the fourth quarter. I feel like Washington should have already gotten at least 1 or 2 losses. So I think they shouldn't. I don't even think personally. I don't think they deserve. Obviously, they're undefeated, but they, from a talent standpoint, do not deserve to be in this game. Oregon's going to absolutely annihilate them. And Friday night, you're going to see them pour it on. I'm saying 14-21. Lanning's going to have these guys fired up.
Wow.
They're going to town.
I'm convinced.
They're going
Fuck
to town.
Dropping his puzzo on freaking Washington.
I thought last week the line was not going to be this high because I thought Oregon was going to whoop their ass. I've somehow not convinced myself that Oregon is not, but I think they will as well. But who knows? I just think Washington, the last 4 games that they've played have been terrible. Arizona State, Washington State, they barely squeaked out all of these last 4 games.
Yeah.
Stanford.
Yeah, the Stanford game, all of them. The
9
last
points,
4 or 5
9
games.
point over Stanford. Yeah.
Yeah, the last 4 or 5 games they played. But does that tell you the team is maybe battle-tested team, et cetera, et cetera? Does that tell you,
Yeah,
oh, you know what?
I mean,
They can feel like, number one, we've beat these guys 2 times in a row. Like, we've beat Bo Nix twice in a row. Yes. We've had tough games. We've managed to build and come back. If Washington is down 14 early, 21 early, can they get back in the game?
In a neutral site.
In a neutral site where I think it's going to be
wild.
It's going to be insane. It's probably going to be 60-40 Oregon. And if the public money's on Oregon, it's going to be 70-30, 80-20 Oregon. But I just, that's the only thing I feel. With the line being 9.5, I feel like a backdoor cover is just coming to stab you in the neck. I really do.
That's definitely, that's always possible. I hope that you didn't bring a bad jinx upon me. But
no, trust me, I like Oregon. Last week, the week before, I thought whoever Oregon's gonna play, I think they're gonna annihilate them. They're gonna annihilate them.
Yeah,
that's what I feel.
This team's clicking on all cylinders 100%. And kind of like what we already talked about, but I also had a little bit of stats for you guys. So Washington's 124th in the pass and 112th on pressuring the quarterback.
Wow.
Oregon, guess what they are? They are first in passing yards and first in sacks allowed. So
Wow.
I think they're the number one ranked defense in the country.
That's so great stats.
I don't see any pressure coming Bo Nix's way, and on top of that, they have all the motivation and the emotional coach. I just think this is
even in that first game.
The first game, Oregon should have won.
Oregon should have won that game.
The coach
bad decisions.
lost that game for them. There's no doubt. But Michael Penix drives the field. They win the game. He's done that 5, 6, 7 times now this year.
Yeah.
That's my only doubt, is that right there. That the man has managed to win these games.
And in those tough 39s, Ace, or those big downs, Penix goes to his number one receiver, back shoulder. It seems like no one can stop that play. And I just, I agree with you. I think Oregon should run away with this game. I like your pick, Ace. I love your pick, man.
What do you think about the total?
I appreciate it, man. I hope I see you at the cash counter, my guy. But
Ace, what do you think about the total?
I honestly, I was actually leaning under just the way that Oregon's team has been playing defensively, and I think Oregon can play 2 ways. So I think that if Penix is having some success, they're going to just kind of how they did that Oregon State opening drive. They'll pound the rock and hold it for 8 minutes, and they'll execute and they'll play smash mouth football. I don't think Oregon's your stereotypical Pac-12 team. I think they're just as physical as the SEC team. So I think it's a huge mismatch. I think they could air it out with Nix and get chunk plays whenever they need to. They also could take the will and heart out of Washington and execute 7-8 minute drives.
Where do you think Oregon stands? Not in the polls, but in your opinion, where are they in the top 4? Do you have them as being a top 4? Do you have them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Where do you have Oregon sitting in the college football as far as best team?
So, we talking odds to win it, like who I think like realistic.
No. If we're just looking, if we look at just who are your top 4 teams,
rank your top 4 teams.
Doesn't matter
right
where.
now without does it matter? Like, can I throw Florida State bullshit out the window?
Yes,
yeah, of course you can.
Yes.
Okay. So Michigan number 1 right now, Georgia number 2, Oregon number 3. Flip a coin, Bama or Ohio State for 4.
Wow, we like
Rafa
Ace.
absolutely loves that.
Yeah, Rafa loves your top 4.
Because I'm one of those guys that I think that if Bama beats Georgia, I think Bama should be in the playoff.
Yeah, I do too, 100%.
And all these guys on fucking TV keep telling all these fucking idiots that it should be Texas.
Because they have to be.
No, it doesn't.
Please, Ace, do you think the head-to-head Bama versus Texas should matter this late in the year, considering that game was in week 2, considering
in Tuscaloosa.
Right. Considering since that day that Texas has a loss to Oklahoma, who's since lost 2, and Bama has none. And then if they win next week, we'll have a win against the team that's been number 1 in the country for 15 fucking weeks, or 14 to 15 weeks.
For 3 years almost.
Does that not hold any ground for anybody? What do you think, Ace?
I like how he loaded that question up with all those facts he gave me. No, I mean that. So you can go. You could go either way on this one. I'm not trying to sit on the fence, but that's the reason they play the game, so it should matter.
It should.
But is Bama the same team that from the second week? Absolutely not. So Milrose 10 times better. Their defense is clicking on all cylinders. So so yes, it should matter, but no, it doesn't matter. They should be in the playoffs. They're one of the four best teams. And
Damn
they would
right.
absolutely smoke. They would smoke Texas.
Roll Tide, baby.
Well, let's clip this.
Yeah, I ain't saying that Roll Tide, my guy.
Now you're taking it too far, Rafa.
Roll Tide, baby.
So let's clip this. Aces picks.
Hey, Columbus, real quick, in Columbus, what they say when someone says Roll Tide, you go, Roll Tide. Fuck you.
Love it, love it, love it, love it. But let's clip this. We have Ace's picks on. He gave us 2 of his lead pipe locks. He brought his own cowbell. Go ahead and run down your picks one more time for us, Ace.
Yes, sir. So my biggest bet of the season is, in fact, Oregon. Hopefully we didn't get jinxed on the back door. We got Oregon minus 9.5. And then moving on to Sunday, we're going with the San Francisco 49ers minus 2.5. I would recommend taking, if you guys do end up liking those, I would take those sooner rather than later, just because Oregon, there's a good chance that goes to 10, 10.5. San Francisco, it's already at 3 on some books.
Yeah.
I got a 2.5 this morning, but they kind of shop around if you have a couple sports books.
Nice.
Love it.
Yeah, so I would definitely go 9.5 and 2.5.
Well, let's give Ace a little round of applause. Thank you for coming on, my man.
Thank you, Ace.
Hey,
Appreciate it, man.
Go ahead and give your Instagram and your whatever you got.
Yeah, so Instagram and TikTok, it's AcesPicks_. That's where we do our free picks, do some entertainment here and there. Not like these guys do, but we try to mix it up and do some entertainment and also be long-term winners with our picks, AcesPicks_. And then I'm also starting, I just made a YouTube channel. I'm going to start doing my picks on YouTube. It's also at AcesPicks_. But yeah, I appreciate you guys. I love watching. I'm going to hop off here and watch the rest of your show. And I hope you guys enjoy the game Friday.
Appreciate it, Ace.
Appreciate
Thank
it.
you, man.
Thank you, Ace.
Yep,
Everybody,
thank you.
yes,
Yep.
man.
Good luck. Good luck.
Good luck
You
to
too, bud.
everyone, man. That's great. That's a great little segment. We like to give different opinions, man. And Ace,
I told you, last week I said Oregon was going to smash them. And I told Eddie when I was driving over here, I was talking to him, and I said, dude, I've somehow convinced myself that Washington is going to fucking cover this.
And you're the opposite, like Saturday.
And 100%. On fucking Friday, I thought Oregon was going to fucking beat them by 50. They still might.
Rafa's going to change his mind on
10 times before Friday
in
night.
a Rolls Royce Phantom, driving to the stadium.
10 times before that game.
Yeah.
Or
so,
he's gonna see like 20 Oregon hats. Like,
Yeah,
they
that's
gotta
where it's
cover.
at.
yeah.
That's where it's going to be. So, anyway, so we got so that's your Pac-12 title game on Friday night.
By the way, Rick Flores also thinks Oregon is coming to kick ass.
Yeah, that's what everybody's saying,
they
man.
have the motivation coming off a loss. They look like, to me, they look like a top 2 team in the country. You know,
There's one stat that I don't want to throw out there and say, but I'm going to say
throw
it.
out there and say
I'm
it.
going to say it. I think Oregon's beat one ranked team. By the way, I'm just saying, and that was Oregon State, who lost to Arizona and Washington State. I'm just saying. That's all. But when we watch,
Don't shoot the messenger.
I'm just saying it. But when you do watch Oregon,
You have fully convinced yourself.
I told you 100%. I've
You
convinced
fully
myself that
think
fucking Bo Nix hasn't beat Washington. He's 0-2. No, but I'm just saying, when you watch, though, the Oregon's defense, they're very good. They're just as good as the offense.
2 ranked teams. Oregon State last week.
And who was the other one?
The other one was oh wait, never mind.
yeah.
Yes, that's
they
the
lost.
one.
They lost to
That's
Washington.
the one. You're like a dream come true. So, anyways, but Oregon is probably gonna roll their ass.
Yeah, thanks for
But,
Ace's picks.
Aces picks. I love the Niner pick. I love the Niners. I feel the same way. I think the Niners.
Yes.
That's gonna be my biggest bet this weekend at the window.
Healthy, man. They look like a freight train. And you know, when everyone's healthy, it's impossible to defend. And then you add Chase Young to that
To
defense.
that
Oh, yeah.
defense. It's gonna be an awesome. It's gonna be a phenomenal game.
Oh yeah, and I think their roster has a massive chip on their shoulder.
Yeah,
Because if you have like,
they know last year. There's no way that team didn't know last year going into that game. Like, dude, we almost beat you, and we had fucking no quarterback. Like,
Yeah.
literally,
Yeah, McCaffrey's warming up as quarterback.
Yeah, so take it from there.
Do we know what the weather is going to be like for that game?
Cold.
Cold, probably.
Well, it was cold and rainy last.
Cold.
You know,
It was raining last week. So, but edge to the Niners. I like the Niners in that game. Too many games in a row in this tough stretch for the
I
Eagles.
think definitely if you're going to bet on that Niner game, bet on it before it goes to 3.
Yeah,
Two
try and
and
get
a
it at 2.5.
half,
It's a
perfect
perfect number. We'll get back to college football. Conference USA Championship, New Mexico State against Liberty. Nobody's watching that.
Nobody.
Let's get to Saturday. Oklahoma State against Texas. Zach Herrera's beloved Texas, who his mom here last week said, that was your team when you were a kid. He was offended. He was offended. And she said, you had a shirt. He goes, you bought it for me. So anyways, but he's defending them on the group chat this week. Like if they're better than Bama, we know damn well they're not. Check out this interesting stat, by the way. Last 10 games, Oklahoma State has beat Texas 7 times.
wow.
7 times. 2 in a row. 6 of the last 8, Oklahoma State has beat them.
And Oklahoma State has been like schizophrenic as
Dude,
far
they're
as
like
a team.
up and down. They're all over the board in the last couple of years. It's not like last year they had a good team.
No.
It's not like Brandon Whedon and Justin Blackman are coming out there.
Ooh,
That's
yeah.
not. You like that?
Nice pull.
That's an awesome pool. It was a great
You like
team,
that?
by the way.
What about
Team,
Chuba Hubbard?
yeah, there you go. That team was phenomenal, that Brandon Whedon squad. 7-3,
old.
Lions 14.5. This game, if you look at just the numbers, looking at what the trends are, it tells you Oklahoma State plays them tough and actually fucking beats them. Does that happen this week? People are gonna
You
say.
tell me.
People are gonna say, look at what Texas did to Texas Tech last week. The line was also the same, 13.5, went to 15.5. I'd see the line movement here, but I'm leaning towards Oklahoma State.
Was it last year that Oklahoma State was a 4th and 1 to them to get into the playoffs? It was that crazy game
Baylor's against Baylor.
against Baylor, right?
Baylor,
And they had no
Baylor.
business in that game,
Yeah.
and they should have won that game.
Would have sent us to the playoffs.
Yeah, would have sent it to the playoffs. That's how close Oklahoma State was.
Well, Oklahoma State plus 14.5. That's who I'm riding with. Not blue chipping.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't blue chip against Texas anymore.
all right.
Brianna said, good segment, like that guy.
Oh,
Good
man.
for Brianna. Thank you, Brianna, for the chime in.
Yes.
Love it. She was right because I liked them too.
Yeah.
We all like Ace.
Maybe we bring him back.
Every week.
For some- Oh, okay.
Yeah, we can bring him back every week.
Let's do it.
For sure. We got to talk to Ace.
Unless he completely bombs those 2 picks.
It doesn't matter if he bombs those 2 picks.
Because we're both
the
on that.
information was good. And
information
I'm
was good.
I'm in line with him for number 1, the Niner game. And as of fucking yesterday, I was in line with the Oregon game.
Yeah.
I told you, I've convinced myself that it's going to be Washington for me. But it's just stupid. I will unconvince myself by Friday. I'm going to do major work tomorrow.
There you go.
Now, listen, this is what I'm going to base it on. First person I see when I walk in the win, if it's a Husky or an Oregon hat, whatever I see first, that's what I'm riding with. It's going to be a sign.
Dangerous game to play.
That's a sign right there. It's all right. Last year we took Utah and the over,
Utah.
and we fucking hit it. It didn't look good in the beginning. Eddie, who's a big SC fan, we didn't.
Yeah.
So-
And I went against it, and I'm going to send Mike, the doorman at the win, Oregon hat. I'm going to ship it to him right
Please
now.
wear this. Please
Yeah.
wear
This
this.
on
Yeah.
so when Rafa pulls in,
Yes.
it's an Oregon hat. So, anyways, that I just think that Texas Oklahoma State matchup is just is I don't know. The teams aren't Oklahoma State doesn't look good. At the end of the day, they beat Oklahoma. They've had some bad losses, but they play Texas super tough.
They do.
So we'll see. But I like them plus 14.5. Miami, Ohio at Toledo.
No one cares.
Nobody cares. Mountain West Championship in Vegas on Saturday at noon. UNLV
Look at UNLV, man.
UNLV in the title game against Boise. The line's only 2.5. Tough.
Crazy.
I will say they were 10-1 against the spread going into last week,
UNLV?
and they did not cover last week against San Jose State. But historically, San Jose State has owned them.
Yeah. And they did cover against Ohio State, 35-0. So they didn't score, but they covered.
Hey, that's
Great teams
cover.
Great teams cover. So that's going to be a wild game. Imagine you're down the road from your university Allegiant Stadium. Huge game for
They
them.
play all their home games there.
Yeah, but this game is the title.
There'll be people there.
Oh, there will be a lot of people
Yeah.
there. We can get tickets for that if you want. For
sure.
We're not going to go. Anyways, SMU Tulane. Tulane's -4. I actually like SMU in this game, but I'm not going to blue chip it. I'd lean more towards SMU. Total is 47.5 feels like a low total, man, for the amount that SMU rolls.
Yes.
I want to give a shout out for Jay since we're talking about the total when I was researching the games. Jay, his one pick that he gave for college football parlay said Tulane over. Tulane has only hit 2 overs this whole season. Jay knows ball, guys. Jay knows ball.
Jay knows balls.
Giggity. SMU had Tulane. I lean SMU with the 4. I like them. But then we have Appalachian Troy State, hard pass. Prairie View A&M, Florida A&M, another hard pass.
Yes.
And then we're going to cover these last 3 games. We'll go with Louisville against Florida State. Florida State only a 2.5-point favorite.
Man, Louisville's played well.
They lost last week, man.
They did.
To Kentucky.
They did. Okay.
What does that say about the SEC, Zach?
I just think Kentucky could run the ball. Louisville.
They scored 41. They didn't run shit. They scored 41. I'm blue chip in this game. There is no way that a team with that much talent on the roster is only a 2.5-point favorite against Louisville. Give me Florida State minus 2.5. I think they win by 14 plus. And I think they secure their spot in the play. And listen, we all know, and we all know that Florida State without Jordan Travis is not the same team. Yes. Is it they've done their job. They've gone undefeated. The quarterback got hurt. They're still undefeated. They covered last week. Okay, I know nobody cares about that. The committee may not care about that. They fucking covered last week when they shouldn't have, or when they covered. They look decent enough. I think if they win, they're obviously in. There's no way
You can't penalize them. You can't.
You can't penalize 84 guys because one guy got hurt. Yes, he was your star. He was arguably your best player, your leader, your quarterback, etc. If they win this game, they will be in this playoff.
Faux show.
If they squeak it out, let's just hypothetical, they squeak it out and they win by 3, 4, by 1, whatever.
Doesn't matter.
I think, if Georgia loses, I still think Georgia is in over them. I do think that. So, but anyways, on to the next. Florida State.
Speaking of Zach, Zach also liked Ace. It's a great listen.
Everyone loves Ace.
Everybody loved Ace. Awesome. So we can have him.
Yeah.
Even if he bombs his picks, Eddie.
We were still writing his picks with him.
Damn right we are.
Yeah, we are.
I'm going to convince myself back
Well,
to reality. So anyways.
let's talk about Michigan and Iowa.
Michigan and Iowa.
Yes.
Minus 23.5. Or minus 23. I think Michigan's the best team, man. Right now.
In the country.
In the country.
I do too.
I think they're going to fucking kill these guys.
I think it's going to be 40-0.
I think they're going to kill
They're
them.
going to hit that over and they're going to
Michigan,
yes,
Michigan
please.
minus 23. I think they're going to kill them. I really do. I think Iowa just...
No one kills Iowa except SC in 2003.
I think they're going to kill them. Have you seen Iowa's quarterback?
Looks like this guy.
He
plays
looks like
quarterback.
us.
Okay, but
He looks like us, Eddie.
Let's look at Iowa. They consistently put linebackers in the NFL, tight ends in the NFL, offensive linemen in the NFL. It's just their style of play.
They have an offensive lineman at quarterback.
They're not overmatched. They have good football players at Iowa because they always send dudes to the league, which they're going to do again this year. It's just their style of play. And it kind of, Michigan doesn't want to pass the ball. I think this plays into the hands of Iowa. And I think Michigan has a letdown game. I'm not saying that by any means they're going to win this game. I just think
they keep it close?
I think it's going to be a low-scoring game.
Well,
I think
the
they might cover.
The total's 35.
Yeah, it might be 36-0.
Well, Vegas thinks it's going to be 31-3.
Yeah.
It might.
So,
yeah.
I mean, I like Michigan minus 23. I think
like them
Michigan.
too.
I think Michigan's gonna. I don't think they're gonna be able to move the ball.
Iowa has no
I think
chance
you
of
better
scoring.
find some trick plays with all those big dudes. You better find something.
Yeah.
Because I think Michigan is gonna annihilate them. And Michigan not being number 1 this week in the playoff poll to me was ridiculous.
And Harbaugh's back on the sidelines.
And Harbaugh's
man.
back after 3 games. And I think they're just gonna. I think they're gonna annihilate them. I really do. I love Michigan minus 23. And then the
granddaddy of them all.
The granddaddy of them all. The SEC title game. Line open at 4.5. It's now 6.5, by the way. Oh, you have it at 5.5. I saw it 6.5 today. So Georgia minus 5.5. Bama, Georgia, man. You know that Georgia doesn't beat Bama in title games, in SEC title games. Just so you know, I like Bama. I'm riding with Bama, but now that's not a blue chip. I'm just riding with Bama.
Come on,
I'm just riding with Bama.
You cannot.
All right.
Thank you.
I'm riding with Bama. I like Bama to cover the 5.5. I think they're going to win outright. I really do.
Do you think that actually?
I fucking believe it. There will be a money line bet. You will see it with your own eyes, Jacob.
CJ, I want to know CJ's opinion on this.
CJ's a hater, dude.
On this game.
CJ, and you haven't chimed in at all today.
Yeah, come on, man.
You see-
What's your
Yeah,
opinion?
someone's
Now
saying
people are
that
going to think
over
we're racist.
What's your opinion on this?
He gets
my
off the seat and
opinion
doesn't say a
is-
word after.
My opinion is that I hate Bama and Georgia,
Yes, you do.
and I want to see both of them lose, but that can happen.
Impossible.
I hate that this is how this is going to play out, but I know in my head I see Rafa's evil ass laughing in the background because Bama is going to beat Georgia and get into the playoff.
They are.
And guess what's going to happen? Bama's going to beat Georgia, and they're going to put Georgia at number 4 because you cannot leave Georgia out while they're on a 29-game winning streak and then the two-time defending national champions. You cannot not give them a right to defend their two-time national championship.
Zach's fucking spinning in his head.
Sorry,
Zach's
Zach.
head
I
spinning
love
in his house
the Pac-12.
if this happens.
There is also a scenario where we get 2 Pac-12 teams, but it's not going to happen.
That's not happening.
That's
When's the last time?
It's possible.
When's the last
Impossible.
time that there hasn't been an SEC or even 2 SEC teams in the
Last year there was only one.
There was only one.
Yeah, we know Bama was better than TCU after TCU lost Kansas State, but you couldn't put Bama in.
Yeah.
But we knew that. So, but that was last year.
At least you blue chipped it.
Yeah. And he just wants
You
me.
had to blue chip that game. Come on, man.
I like
And Milroe, he kept that game last week. He was running all over the place last week. I mean, you said he didn't play very well. If you watch that game, man, he kept that offense alive. He was running all over the field.
No, he's been playing a lot better. I mean, listen, it took for him to get benched, and you know Nick Saban saw that disaster. I'll tell you what, Milroe, and then after that, Saban doesn't have a quarterback. Those other 2 guys back there, they couldn't do anything
Yeah.
against South Florida.
Yeah.
So I think Bama's got a shot, man. If Bama wins this, all those dorks on TV, I hope they're wrong. Because for me, I need Texas. I want Texas to lose, man. Let's be real.
I do too.
Texas should. Hopefully they lose this week so we can stop with that. But we won't know any of that until Saturday. Obviously, Bama still needs to win and then still needs help to get in. But Bama, man, against Georgia in SEC title games, they haven't lost. So
There you have it.
I mentioned Zach in the comments. I said, "You gonna try and defend yourself?" He said, "Go Dogs. We riot if 2 SEC teams make the playoffs."
We burned down Los Angeles. We burned this mother effer down. I agree with you, Zach.
Oh my goodness! So I'll give you my prediction for the playoffs after this. So I think the 1 seed will be Michigan. I think the 2 seed will be the winner of Oregon and Washington. The 3 will be Alabama, and the 4 will be Georgia. That's just a bold prediction, and you can clip that.
Flip it. Well, let's give our 2 nobodies
College football parlay.
football parlay, man.
Wow, this is gonna be a tough one.
I was gonna say it's gonna be.
You got
a
somebody?
two-leg.
I have one.
I know who you have.
Michigan minus 35,000.
All right, Michigan. Who do you got? Any money?
Take Oklahoma State plus 13.5.
Is it 13.5 or 14?
Plus 14.5.
Yeah. Okay. CJ, you got somebody?
I like the Huskies plus 9.5.
Wow.
My
We brought
Lord.
Ace on, CJ.
You're a traitor.
Wow. I'm gonna take SMU plus 4.
I liked Oklahoma State plus the points. I'm going to roll Oklahoma State.
So we got 4. So we got Oklahoma State plus 14.5, Michigan minus 23, Washington plus 9.5, CJ's pick, and SMU plus 4. That's our 2 nobodies 4-team parlay at plus 1,200, right, Eddie Money?
Yeah,
at
there.
plus 1,200. So there you have it.
There you have it, man.
Eddie, you have a playoff prediction?
I do.
Let's hear it.
I think Florida State gets in. I think they go undefeated. Florida State, the 4. Michigan is going to be your number 2 team. No, your number 1 team, because I do believe Bama
We'll win.
will win and get in over Texas.
What about Georgia? Are you kicking Georgia out?
I am.
And you're going to put Oregon in?
I am.
Okay. So you got Michigan at 1, Oregon at 2.
Yeah.
Bama at 3, Florida State at 4.
Yep.
Can you imagine?
That's absurd.
Can you imagine this?
It?
Imagine
It's not
this.
that crazy.
It's pretty
Imagine
crazy.
this. Imagine this. Just hypothetical. Zach will break his phone if Michigan is number 1. Check Michigan at 1, Georgia at or Florida State at 2, Alabama at 3, and Georgia at 4, and Oregon beating Washington.
It's possible.
It's very
so
possible.
possible.
And Zach breaks his phone.
I don't think Florida State gets the 2.
I don't think.
Well, the thing is, you can't. If Bama beats Georgia, then you can't have Georgia at 2. You can't jump Bama from 7 to 2 or 8 to 2,
and you also can't have Georgia above.
and you can't have
undefeated
Georgia
champ.
above Bama,
and you can't have Georgia above Florida State, which is an undefeated champ.
right? But you can't.
I don't have Georgia in.
Right, you would. This is a hypothetical,
Oh,
though. This is a
okay,
hypothetical
okay.
I'm giving you. If let's say Oregon beats Washington, but Bama beats Georgia.
Yeah.
And you bring Bama in, and you bring Bama, you'd have to bring Bama all the way to 3 and Georgia to 4.
Can I give you a scenario?
Yeah.
All right. So we have undefeated Michigan. All right.
Number 1.
Number 1. Undefeated Georgia. Number 2.
Uh-huh.
1 loss Pac-12 Oregon.
Uh-huh.
2 loss Texas, so out. 1 loss Florida State, so out. Do you put in Ohio State or do you put in UW?
No, Washington.
Washington.
It depends, actually.
I think it depends a
It
lot.
depends on how bad you lose to Oregon.
How bad you lose, I think.
Yes.
It depends.
Yeah, but if you look at the last 5 games, if you're just going to compare Washington and Ohio State and both with a loss, there's no way that Washington.
Washington has a better strength of.
I don't give a fuck the strength of schedule. The last 5 games they played have been terrible. Arizona State, Stanford, Washington State. You barely beat those teams.
I would put in Ohio State.
Yeah, Ohio State over Washington.
I would put in Ohio State.
But you need all those teams to lose.
Yeah.
I put in Ohio State over Texas.
If they win the championship,
Yeah, I don't give a fuck.
the committee's not.
Yeah, but I don't give a shit. I'm just telling you what I do. What I do. If all those teams lost and Texas still won, I don't give a shit that Texas beat Oklahoma State. I don't care.
I don't care either.
I'd prefer to see Ohio State and Marvin Harrison Jr. at the 4 seed than see Texas fucking get their ass kicked by Michigan. I'd like to see Michigan, Ohio State one more again. One more time.
Can we just applaud the fact that there's not a bullshit Cincinnati, TCU, group of 5 undefeated?
What do you mean no bullshit?
No, I'm applaud it because I'm so glad it's just powerhouse football teams in the top 7.
In reality, we can look at Florida State. If they got in, they'd be a bullshit 4 team.
No,
Yeah,
not a
slightly
bullshit.
agreed.
Not bullshit in the sense of.
I'll tell you something.
deserve
I'll tell you something.
Yeah.
No, they deserve it. They're going to get their ass whooped. They wouldn't. Florida State against Michigan today gets their ass whooped.
But Florida
Florida
State's a
State against
powerhouse
Any of
Georgia.
those teams, they get their ass whooped, I think.
I understand you're talking about a powerhouse program.
Yeah.
The team is not a powerhouse.
No, but they're a powerhouse program. They're not.
That's fine.
They're not a group of 5. Cincinnati, Tulane, or.
I'll tell you what. To
TCU.
me, the top 2 teams are Michigan and Georgia, and from there on,
it's a drop.
it's a drop. Even with Oregon,
Even with Ohio State too.
that's bullshit.
I would love.
drop.
It's not a big
as-
drop. They
as-
lost by 6.
As the Pac-12 goes out in a blaze of glory, I would love for Rafa to have to admit that the Pac-12 got 2 teams in the playoffs.
That's
possible.
not. It's impossible.
It's not impossible.
It's impossible. 100% impossible. You think that? Listen, when you look at the body of work of Washington in the last 6 weeks, you're gonna tell me that they're better than Ohio State?
Who's Ohio State beat?
Penn State.
Notre Dame and Penn
Oh,
State.
please. Notre Dame
who's-
should have won. They had
Notre Dame should have won that
they
game.
had 9
They
dudes on
didn't.
the field.
Oh, that was their fault.
Okay, they lost.
They should have lost. Notre Dame should have beat Ohio
They
State.
should have, but they didn't.
But they didn't. Dude, Ohio State just played the number 1 team in the country, who we think is the best team in the country, and they were right there. They were 1 mistake away from winning that game. When the fuck has any of these other teams been 1 play away with the exception of Oregon against Washington? I'm sorry.
Ohio,
I agree with Rafa.
Michigan scored on every freaking possession in the
They
second
scored
half.
30 points.
In
It was 30 to 24.
Every possession in the second half, they fucking scored.
They barely won the game.
Because it's conservative. Jacob said it earlier. I was listening. Both teams played not to make mistakes. Offense was predictable. They played exactly how they play.
You think Washington's better than Ohio State? If Washington loses, you think Washington would be better than Ohio State?
I
I
go-
think
I go
Washington
with the
Ohio
quarterback.
State is a A 3-point game.
I go with the quarterback.
What?
I go with the quarterback.
Absolutely.
Out of your
That line is at
fucking
least-
mind. It was
Kyle
a 3-point
McCord-
game against
Kyle
Arizona
Mc-
State.
That line
Kyle,
is
whatever
at
the
least
fuck
10
his
to
last
opens.
name is not
McLeod.
out fucking throwing Michael Penix
Agree.
Jr.
You're right. You know
Agree.
what? You know what? But the other fucking 21 guys on the field for Ohio State are all better.
Who's covering Mbuka?
Who's guarding Marvin Harrison
So
Jr.?
they're going to go back and forth. Like
They're
I said,
not going
3-point
back
game.
and
They're
forth.
not
They
absolutely
didn't
going
go
back
back
and
and forth with Arizona
They're
State.
absolutely
They
going back and
barely
forth.
beat Washington
They're
State.
absolutely going back and
CJ,
forth.
you're out of your fucking mind.
I'm not out of my fucking mind at
Yes,
all.
you are.
CJ.
Washington and Ohio State is easily a 3-point game.
Listen.
No, easily.
What?
Easily.
I know you don't understand point
I
spreads.
understand
No, you
everything
don't.
about it.
No, you
I
don't.
understand everything about it.
This
Vegas
man
would
is
come
out of his mind.
I am not.
Minimum
If Washington
absolutely
and
not.
Minimum
Okay.
10.
Okay.
listen,
Hey, he hasn't said shit all podcast.
and then he blurts out with that
Actually.
bullshit.
No,
he
but
starts
absolutely
speaking
not.
gibberish.
Absolutely not. I watch more college football than you. I watch more college football than you.
No, you
I watch more
don't.
college
No, you
football
don't.
than you. Yes,
no,
I
you don't.
absolutely
No,
do.
you do not.
Yes, I absolutely
listen,
do.
CJ, you are out of your mind.
No, I'm not.
CJ, listen. So you understand?
They beat Stanford.
No. They barely beat Stanford. They barely beat Arizona State at home.
That's fine.
At home. They barely beat Washington State at home.
That's fine.
All those games were at home.
That's fine.
So, yeah, that's fine. That's
fine.
your opinion.
That is
I
my
guarantee you Vegas has a simulated line that Ohio State's favored by 7. Ohio State is better at every fucking position
Bullshit.
Bullshit.
except for quarterback.
Bullshit.
Bullshit.
Washington has a first-round receiver, first-round left tackle, a first-round quarterback.
Ohio State has the receiver. The motherfucking
They don't
receiver.
have a guy to throw to the receiver.
Really?
Yeah.
How many
It's
touchdowns
about
did he have this year?
quarterback. It's about quarterback.
It's not about
It's
quarterback.
absolutely about the quarterback.
You know who made the
Not
title
in
game last year?
college.
You know who made the title game last year? TCU. You know their quarterback was? Can you name him?
Oh my!
He was
He was
amazing.
amazing in the
Was he
college football
amazing?
playoff.
In the playoff, he was amazing.
Duncan was absolutely amazing in the playoff.
Is
college
Max
football playoff.
Duggan,
It's
not
Max
Tim Duncan.
He was
not
amazing.
Tim Duncan.
Not Tim
Even you
Duncan.
said
You
he
said
was
Tim
amazing.
Duncan.
I did
Yeah,
not
he
say
was
Tim- I
amazing
said
until he
Duggan.
faced Georgia. Until he faced Georgia.
Well,
Sorry.
that
I mean,
defense-
everybody was shitty against Georgia
Yeah.
last year.
Not CJ Stroud.
CJ Stroud.
The fuck he was?
Look who CJ Stroud is now.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Dude,
He's great.
Washington cannot hold Ohio State's fucking nutsack.
It would be a 3-point
I
game.
disagree.
A 3-point game. It's been a
Absolutely.
3-point game against garbage teams.
And they've won.
They're conference games. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Conference games against
Lava,
nobodies.
do you hear this?
Against nobodies.
It's not-
It's because they're such Pac-12 homers. That conference,
That's insane
that conference has been a roller coaster of up and down. You started, SC was the number 6 team in the country, not ranked. UCLA, Colorado, Arizona State. The only thing that team has, conference has going is Oregon and Arizona. That's it.
So Washington just doesn't exist.
If they lose tomorrow
They're
and if
undefeated.
they get annihilated on Friday, yes, throw them out.
We will see.
Throw them out.
We will see.
I hope they win. Trust me, I hope they win.
We will see.
For life. But I hope they win. But I don't think they will. I don't think they will. And if they do, then we will all say, well, Oregon only beat one ranked team. By the way, did you know that? Oregon only beat one ranked team. Okay. Just so you know. One fucking ranked win all year long. All year long. One ranked team.
And
And
Ohio,
State beat Penn State and Notre Dame.
Top 10
Congrats.
team.
Two horrible teams.
Penn State is a top 10 team in the country.
Oh, come on.
Eddie Money, what's Penn State
No,
ranked?
no. We're not.
We're not doing the rankings. We're fucking doing out the
Penn
rankings.
State is horrible.
Penn State's
man. You know
garbage.
that.
Penn State plays their style.
Played so well.
Dude,
What?
yes. Penn State, what? Give me the rankings, Eddie Money. Do we know what Penn State's ranked? They're in the
Garbage.
top 10.
They're Oscar the Grouch in the fucking garbage can.
Number 10.
They're number 10 in the country. So we're just throwing that fucking win
You've
away.
seen that offense play, correct?
You've seen
There's-
Stanford.
Eddie.
You've seen ASU.
Yeah,
You've seen Penn State and you've seen Penn State play the only 2 meaningful games on their schedule. You've seen Penn State lose the only 2 meaningful games on their schedule. And you've seen Washington
Better
play
teams.
7-point games and win. They're undefeated.
Yeah, and Oregon has played one ranked team.
That's
Not
fine.
as good as Penn State, by the way.
Oh, so you're saying...
Yes, 100%.
You
Or
said
Penn State is Oregon better than Oregon State.
Oh, my
Oh my God, are you kidding? A team who loses to Washington
Penn State would
You
control
think
that
Penn
game
State? You
easily.
think Penn State would beat Oregon?
Oregon State?
Do you think? No. I'm not talking about Oregon State.
I said the best team that Oregon beat, the only ranked team they beat,
Okay,
was
correct.
Oregon
I
State.
thought you said something
Penn
else.
State is better than Oregon State, and it's not even close.
Okay, I'm not gonna argue with that.
Yeah, of course not. You can't argue with a team that
No,
doesn't
I'm
have a
saying-
fucking conference.
Yes, I'm gonna argue with the team that hasn't fucking beat anybody that's meaningful on their schedule. Congrats, you lost to Ohio State and Michigan.
I think he forgets that good teams win. And
Great
great,
teams
teams
cover.
cover.
I think that I forget that Penn State loses to Michigan or Ohio State every single year.
That's it's
Oh
like,
my God, they lose to
it's-
the top 3
it's
teams.
literally-
They lose to the
it's
2
literally
meaningful
in
teams on their
handbook.
schedule while
It's
Washington
in
is
their
undefeated.
handbook. Bro, like listen, when you sign up at Penn State, like you commit, they tell you right here, listen, we're gonna go 10-2 this year. Our 2 losses, that's already locked in. That's like a lock. It's like a lock. Like we're gonna be a top 12 team, but
great,
we're
yeah,
not
take
beating
that.
Ohio State and Michigan. That's it. We all know that.
Who's Penn State projected to play in a bowl game? Because they're going to lose. I don't
They're
give
gonna
a fuck who
Bowl
loses.
games are
lose.
overrated. We can't go by that anymore.
Oh my god,
Guys, these guys don't show. Some of the guys don't play.
Stop. They're going to.
I kind of agree with that.
Guys don't play. You know who lost the bowl game and he played? Threw like 6 touchdowns?
hear
The
it.
Trojans. The Trojans. You know who they lost to? Tulane. Tulane. Too motherfucking
They did lose
lame.
to Tulane.
Yeah, they should be too lame, but they beat the
Rafa's
Trojans.
speaking facts,
Dude.
man.
Speaking facts about Penn State, congrats.
Rafa's
Dude,
speaking
it-
facts, man.
guys.
About Penn
Also,
State.
it was only an 8-point loss against Ohio State and a 9-point loss against Michigan.
What'd you
Yeah.
say? What'd you
It's
say?
not even that
Lost.
crazy.
Lost. It's an 8-point, 10-point, 3-point, 5-point loss every
Michigan
year.
ran
So
the
Arizona
ball.
State's good because they only lost to Washington by 7? Monsters!
Undefeated.
Oh,
He's
dude.
a-
Haven't lost a game.
You hit your. never
Haven't
mind.
lost a game.
Never mind.
Let's put a ball
He's a
on
lost
this.
spot. He's a lost
No,
cause.
I'm not. I'm an undefeated Washington cause right now.
Let's put a bow on this. Those are our college football. Hawks, you have a college football prediction? The top 4.
Give us something bold. Clip all of this, Eddie Money.
this is a YouTube video.
I don't have any prediction. I just came for the actual top 12 next year.
Oh, dude.
That's gonna
We
be
needed that
F-
1 year
F
too
this time.
late.
I'm over the top 4. This shit's garbage.
We needed that this year.
Agree.
Zach chimes in now.
Zach, who do you
Oh,
have
okay,
in
here
your
we go.
top 4?
Says, oh no, he says Penn State is not a juggernaut, Rafa. So and then CJ's mouthing off. He goes, "Tell him, CJ." And then he also says Pac-12 is better than the Big Ten.
Yeah. Not so much.
This year.
Rick
No,
also-
they're not.
This year.
How many ranked teams do you have?
Pac-12?
Yeah, how many? Just quick.
I mean,
Have
shit,
you
I
watched
can't-
more
I'm
college
not-
football than every motherfucker here?
Okay,
no,
Washington.
you don't.
Washington.
That's it.
Oregon.
That's it.
Arizona.
Uh-huh. And that's it. Stop. It's over.
Trying to think of who else is in the.
You might say Oregon
they
State.
left out Utah.
They left out Utah.
They left out Utah. They ranked Tennessee. Are you kidding me?
Bullshit.
Yeah.
Are you? They ranked Tennessee.
Utah has what, 4 losses?
And Tennessee has what? 4? 3 or 4? They have 3?
And they played Georgia and
Tennessee's
Alabama.
garbage.
Tennessee played Georgia and Alabama and LSU.
And got their ass beat.
Tennessee should not be ranked. In
Tennessee
the top
should not
25.
be. Tennessee should not be ranked.
I agree.
Tennessee should not be ranked.
Oh my
No.
God, they're horrible.
They're garbage.
They're horrible.
Joe Milton is terrible.
They're horrible. Tennessee's horrible. They have no
Tennessee-
business in the top.
No
25.
business in top.
Are you
25.
kidding? So they're not better than Oregon State?
I'm not saying
What
that.
has- what have you seen?
That would be another 3-point, 7-point game.
A 3-point, 7-point game. Where do you have zero knowledge of
That
lines?
would be a 3-point to 7-point game.
Dude, you are out of your mind. But listen, I'll tell you the Big Ten teams that are ranked: Iowa, Ohio State, Michigan.
Iowa.
Yes,
You're gonna
Iowa's
bring up
ranked.
Iowa.
I'm just
You're
telling you
gonna
they're
bring
ranked.
up Iowa.
I'm just telling you they're ranked.
They suck.
They're ranked.
They score 3 points a game.
They're still ranked.
The
suck.
opponent only scores maybe 10 points.
They
They're
suck.
still ranked.
They suck.
But they're still ranked.
They
That's what we're
finish-
talking about. We're talking about rankings. The Big Ten has 3 teams in the top 10. 3. So opinions of actual people who actually vote for that shit and are selected to do that don't agree with you.
The same people who are a part of all of those conferences. The same person who Bobby Green, who was the
CJ.
president of Iowa, I think. It's
CJ.
always somebody who is a leader of a school or a conference.
Yeah,
so
the
they all have
leader of
agendas.
Iowa's making sure that Iowa's in the top 25.
Yes.
Oh,
Iowa
my.
wins 10 games every year.
Every year.
and they're not very good. And it's
Good enough to win 10 games.
Beat USC probably.
in the Big
In
Ten.
the Big Ten. The Big
Still
Ten
win
West,
10.
by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, still win 10 games, though, no?
Yeah, Big Ten West. Illinois and Rutgers and
You guys forget that there's Stanford and Arizona State and Washington State.
yeah, and there's
You forget
Rutgers and
that?
Illinois and
Colorado.
Northwestern and Northwestern
And Colorado and fucking
Rutgers
USC and UCLA,
and
who are the
Rutgers
biggest disappointments in all of college
and
football.
Northwestern and Iowa and North. And I could just keep naming the same teams
You're
in the Big
wonderful.
Ten.
Keep naming them
Yeah.
all. Keep naming them all. But guess who doesn't struggle against those garbage ass teams? The top 3 teams in that conference. You know who struggles against all those garbage teams in the Pac-12? Washington.
And wins.
Check.
And wins.
Check.
Undefeated.
Still
Undefeated.
struggled.
Undefeated.
For you to come out and say
You just brought up
Washington's
Iowa,
better
who scores
than
7.
Ohio State.
You just brought up Iowa, who scores 7-3, and then mentioned Washington, who wins by 7.
And they're projected to win by 21.
Yes. And
Okay,
24.
Iowa's garbage.
And
They scored
27.
10 a game.
Okay, but if
That's-
Michigan was close to all those teams, you would use that against them, but they don't. They blow them
They
out.
blow them
Yeah,
the
I'm
fuck
not
out.
arguing that
not-
Washington's
yeah.
better than Michigan.
No, but you're saying that the conference, because Washington barely beats these teams, they're good. But Michigan barely beat
No, I'm
Iowa,
saying that Washington
barely
should
beat
get
these
credit for
teams.
being undefeated. They're undefeated.
They got credit. They're the fucking number 3 team in the country. They
No, but
have
you're
the
saying
credit.
it as if like Washington, if they're undefeated, that they're just some bullshit team getting in the playoff.
I said if they lose one game, there should be zero scenario where they get in with one loss. Zero. Fucking none.
Against Ohio State, I think they have a chance. I think the committee.
How could you say you don't watch enough college
I
football
watch all
to
the college
fucking
football in the world.
think that?
I watch all the college
So
football in
you
the
watch Washington against Arizona State at home, and you think that team at home should be barely beating an Arizona State team, a team with 3 wins.
Arizona State team who you think plays tough. Arizona State
just
team who
lost by
plays
50.
tougher. Arizona State
50.
team. Arizona State team that plays tougher than fucking Northwestern, than fucking
That's
Rutgers,
not true.
in Indiana, than Purdue. That plays tougher than all those teams.
Did you say Rutgers?
Yes.
Not tougher than Rutgers.
Not tougher than
Not tougher than Rutgers.
They play, okay,
Nobody
no.
plays
Bring
tougher
up
than
all
Rutgers.
the rest of the bottom of the Big Ten. Fucking
Listen, bro. They won 3 games, dude. They won 3 games.
They play tougher than all the bottom of the Big Ten.
When you find a Big Ten team that lost to Sacramento State, then we can have a conversation. But when you can't find a team in the Big Ten that lost to Sacramento State, okay, Sacramento State, bruh. All right? Not a fucking team.
That's a mic drop.
That's it.
That's a mic
All
It's
drop.
right.
over.
All right, that's done.
Lastly, sorry, Zach says Iowa can't beat Oregon State.
No, they would not beat Oregon State.
It would be 7-3, and they would lose.
If we're talking about the Oregon State that just played Oregon,
Yeah,
Ohio's
7-3.
demolishing them.
Yeah, Oregon, one of the top 3 teams in the country. Yes.
Oh, my God.
Well,
Yeah.
enough of that.
I hope if there was a way where they can both lose, it would be phenomenal. It would be phenomenal.
Ralph would be like, "Oh, no Pac-12 team."
Yes.
Dude, 100%.
He's going to hate the Pac-12 till it's dead.
Till it's dead.
Till it's dead, which is going to be after
The
this week.
thing is, it's not that I hate them. It's the fact that you hype the fuck out of them when they're sorry. It's facts.
Who's hyping?
Who's hyping?
Anybody?
What do you mean? Who's hyping?
A team that's undefeated and a team that's probably
no,
a top 3 team in the country.
You're not talking about Washington. You're bringing in the entire conference.
So are you. You're bringing in
I'm
Iowa.
100%. I'm bringing in the entire conference for sure because that conference has 3 teams ranked in the top 25, and the Big Ten has 4.
So one more team that
Yeah.
shouldn't be ranked. Iowa shouldn't be ranked,
Yeah.
and Penn State should not be a top 10
Iowa
team.
shouldn't be ranked. They have 10 wins.
Penn
Iowa's
State's not a top 10
garbage.
team.
Iowa or Rafa. Iowa's
They
garbage.
have 10 wins though.
Iowa's garbage.
They have 10. Do they not have 10 wins?
Iowa's not a top 25 team.
Does
Based off of
USC have
roster,
10 wins?
Based off of
Does
talent and
UCLA have
roster.
10 wins?
Who's bringing up UCLA? Nobody's talking about
naming
UCLA.
all the Pac-12 teams that don't have 10 wins. Fucking everyone except the top 2.
Yes, and Iowa's trash. If Iowa played in the Big Ten East, they'd have 6 or 7 or 8.
No, you
maybe.
can assume that.
No, I know
you
that.
can assume
I
that.
know that.
Next year when
they
Washington goes
lose
to the
to-
Big Ten and they're fucking 6-5,
Oh, I can't wait.
want your ass
I
sitting
can't
right
wait.
there.
I will be sitting right here waiting for you.
6-5.
Right here waiting
By
for
that
you.
time, you will be on camera.
Right
You will
here
have
waiting
video
for you.
camera for that shit.
Right here waiting for you.
Unbelievable, man.
All right. Well, let's check.
Numbers don't
everyone's-
matter for
let's
these
check
guys.
everyone's blood pressure because we're going to have to call freaking the ambulance over here. So, guys.
I need you to clip all of this and find a mugshot of him.
I'm going to consider that racist.
Not even a headshot. Use a mugshot.
Yes, yes.
Use this mugshot and fucking post it on there. Fucking guy.
That is your Wednesday edition.
I want this motherfucker's headshot, the one he has that he promotes everywhere where he got makeup on.
Yes.
Post that shit. Post that.
All
Like
the
Shannon
buttons are
Sharp.
done?
Yes.
Yeah, like Shannon Sharp
Oh,
over
don't
here.
get me fucked up. You got me fucked up.
Yeah, purple fucking
Look
lipstick.
like Uncle Shay, Auntie Shay Shay over there.
Yes.
Oh, man. Too much fun on a Wednesday.
Too much fun on a Wednesday, guys. That is, that's it. We're not going to talk basketball, any other bullshit.
Oh, real quick. The tournament. Their last 4 teams on each side are in, by the way. Did you hear? Oh, that's
What
what
tournament?
The NBA
The in-season tournament.
Oh,
Real quick. This is who I should have fired. It's an NBA player yesterday. So they do it like soccer, right? Points for, points against.
Yeah.
So the Cavs, who were 3-1, needed to annihilate the whoever they were playing against, right? So they had all the starters in the game. After the game, they beat them by whatever the amount of points was. After the game, the guys were like, "Oh, we just don't feel that it's right for the sport that it goes for points for and points against." Bro, listen, you know why the NBA is doing it? Because nobody fucking watches you guys.
Yes.
Nobody watches the NBA anymore. This is why they're doing this. Okay, and by the way, the Lakers, the 1 seed in the West in this tournament.
yeah.
By the way,
Gonna win it all.
they could win it all, and good for them. It's gonna be an extra $500,000 for those guys, which they'll go and
And a
buy a
great
Rolls
moral
Royce
Gamble it
victory.
away.
and a
Yes.
moral victory. By the way, Pelicans in this.
Yeah, LeBron will put that banner up on in the rafters. in season championship, baby.
In-season
Do you
champions,
think, do you
son.
think that tournament becomes a rafter for teams? Like a banner?
Oh, they're going.
Yeah, of course,
Yes,
100%.
Of course.
It's a trophy.
Yeah.
So it's a trophy, and you'll see that it'll get bigger and bigger as it goes forward.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to bring this up and bring it back.
Oh no.
Auburn lost to New Mexico State.
They did.
They got blown out by.
Got their ass whooped. by-
New Mexico State's in the title game, I think.
Oh my god.
I'm just saying. I'll just give you fact. Just fact on fact.
That's a
all.
fact.
That's all fact on fact, man. Fact on fact, dude.
And we've gone so long. Our battery died.
Our battery has died, guys. We are out of here. Good night.
Good night,
Play
guys.
the funky music. White.